We are here for the Week 8 recap and the Week 9 preview. And we do have Adam here this week. Adam, wait for the camera. Cool. Got Thomas and myself, Matthew, and Nathan behind the camera in Beginner's Corner. Yeah, I mean, we're just going to jump straight into it with a bit of Fantasy A&E from Thomas, all that good news.
All the good news. Here we go. Let's fly through it. So, Chicago Bears wide receiver Luther Burden III, his concussion ruled him out. Cleveland Browns running back Quinton Judkins' shoulder was ruled out against the Patriots. Keep an eye out for that one because that could mean Samson is going to get some runs, so that could be quite good. Houston Texans wide receiver Braxton Berrios did not return against the 49ers. Indianapolis Colts quarterback Anthony Richardson, you know, the big one that's been doing really well this year? No, not him. Underwent surgery to repair the orbital fracture that landed on IR, but he is expected to return this season. Miami Dolphins wide receiver Dwayne Eskridge's shoulder was ruled out. New Orleans quarterback Spencer Rattler was benched, replaced with Tyler Shaw. In the third quarter, and the teams lost to the Buccaneers, which was just a terrible game to watch. That was not fun there. And then the biggest, saddest news so far this year is Giants running back Cam Scatterbo suffered a dislocated ankle, and he is not going to return this season. No. So that is.
Do you want to
second to silence?
Do you want? Oh.
And then Philadelphia Eagles running back. I'm so disappointed.
Oh.
I'm so disappointed. Then Philadelphia Eagles running back Saquon Barkley, he suffered a groin injury, but he says, I've dealt with this before, so no big deal. And then also Pittsburgh Steelers have picked out and they're going to work out wide receiver Marquez Valdes-Scantling. So another weapon for the Steelers.
Could be relevant, but probably not.
Could be, probably won't be. Yeah, exactly.
Bizarrely, the weirdest thing about that is it's pronounced Tyler Shuck.
Is it Shuck?
Yeah, weirdly, it's spelled like show or like. You know, it's spelled like bow, so it could be like show.
I mean, to be fair,
Shuck. Shuck.
A little bit of Shuck.
But if you think about...
Well, I was literally just about to say that.
But if you think about like over here, is it not like... Do we not say loch?
We've got so many different ways of pronouncing that O-U-G-H thing.
Yeah,
it's just ridiculous.
It's wild, yeah. So
Clock Mills up the...
I'm just going to say it differently every single time.
Yeah, like Monangai. Have you pronounced?
No, and he let me down, so I'm never going to mention his name again. So I'm not even going to try with it.
Or old Sean,
Alshon, Afton, whatever his name is, whatever it is.
But no, the Cam Scatterbo one is
that's a heartbreaker. Really,
is a heartbreaker.
That's a tough one. That is probably deflating that whole Giants team as well. Like that's probably one of those ones where it's like. Is that team going to be as hype? Like he was their hype man. He wasn't just like
like they've been deflated twice this season now. Yeah. Like after Malik Neighbors, and then we'll go and beat the Eagles 34-17. Then get deflated, getting beat by the Broncos, and then get deflated again, having Scatterbo out for the season. So like
Jackson Dart just wasn't the same the rest of that game. You could tell he was just like
he just didn't have his hype man. He didn't have his guy there.
Yeah, and. It was a lower body injury. That's the most surprising thing.
Yeah, it wasn't a head
injury. You thought it was a guarantee it was going to be a head
uses his head as a
runs into everything.
I do not think he is ever going to have a head injury. He will never be concussed. He's got one of those Neanderthal skulls 3 inches thick. You know, he's like those dinosaurs. You know, the ones that had the domes on the heads and just ran straight.
The guy's
that's him.
Machine though. Yeah. Like, did you not see him actually ask for a hand up? Like, you feel as if he was trying to walk it off. He's just dislocated his ankle. He's like, well, somebody like actually pick me up so I can walk off the field. Like, the guy's a maniac.
No. Lie down. Lie down.
His
like,
two brain cells are
20 times more testosterone in his body than anybody does.
Like, his two brain cells were working overtime on figuring out that he was injured on that one. He was just, he should have just,
I said that the Quinton Judkins one like directly affects me. I've got a team that basically has like no running backs and then Quinton Judkins, so I've got no running backs. It's just.
But I don't think he's going to be out for long. It's not saying it's a big injury.
Yeah, they're treating it as like a day to day, but even if it slows him down for a couple of weeks, I might be out of playoff.
Yeah, that's it.
Not gonna lie.
What league's that in? Is that 14-team one?
Yes, that's a 14-team one. No, I do have A-Chan as well, in fairness, so he's carrying me a little bit. But I've just got back to like 3 and 5, so I'm getting back into contention, and that injury is just gonna.
I have sat on Dylan Sampson in about 4 leagues, like all year, just not.
And
and now I'm like, It's your time, baby. Here we go. And then Quinton Junkins is going to come back, and I'm just going to drop him immediately because he's not going to get injured again. So I'm just like, not going to bother.
No, that's fair. Outside of that, any other? There's nothing else that's really.
There's nothing there.
Really
We
massive
just
news.
have like the
if
fancy.
Luther Burton comes back, that'd be be good. But
We just have the fancy winners and losers from last week, I suppose.
yeah, you can tear straight into that.
Just go
You
straight
might
into
be
that, and then I can sit down and be quiet for the rest of the day. No,
Sounds
I'm just
good.
kidding. But like, okay, I'm going to start off with the losers because I think that's the main ones. Baker Mayfield, he's owned in 90. He started in 97% of leagues.
Oh.
I started him in too.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I started him in.
Oh, you
I think
lost
yeah.
those ones, did you?
Yes.
I went 1-7 in my leagues, and I think some of them was due to Cam Scatterbo injury. Some of them was due to me playing James Cook and Connor, or not Connor and James Cook and Taylor in a few of them.
Mm-hmm.
But he only had, he had 0 TDs. He only threw for 152 yards, and he lost a fumble. That is a bad day. 4 points for a quarterback who is trying to have like an MVP conversation.
Yeah, against like a mediocre defense.
Against a terrible defense. That's the thing.
Expected much better.
There was nothing out there for offense, and obviously that impacted in Buka and things like that as well. So, yeah, and some of my starts like Tez Johnson, all shit the bed. Another big loser, fantasy wise, Jake Ferguson, hyped up. He's had a great few weeks.
Man.
You
we're
see
all saying
Nathan
start him,
shaking his head at this point.
Great
I
few
love a
weeks,
bit of
great
Jake
run.
Ferguson as well.
And then to go from being so good, so consistent to 0 points with only one target and no catches, is just absolutely brutal. And then defenses were the biggest losers this week. But I've got to give a shout out to Bengals and Steelers, who were -4, -3 points. And I think a lot of people would have started the Bengals defense, considering how bad the Jets have been.
The Bengals were a decent streaming option.
They were a
because of
streaming
the-
option because of the way the Jets have played.
Yeah, can I give a shout out to the defense as well? Because I had them in a league. The Falcons defense, -4 points this
Falcons
week.
defense, sorry, I was meant to have that one in there. Yeah, Falcons defense as well.
-4 points
Yeah.
against the Dolphins.
Like just
Yeah,
against
yeah,
the Dolphins, yeah.
Tua looks like a stud.
Yeah,
like,
Unbelievable.
MVP.
I had the Falcons in a couple of leagues as well. I was like, here we go. Here's a few pick sixes coming on.
No, I really
I thought it was a
especially with a pass
guaranteed
rush, I
10
thought.
points for me.
Yeah.
Absolute
I
guaranteed
thought,
10
yeah,
points.
and I would have said the same for the Bengals and Steelers. Bengals maybe not so much. Maybe Bengals would have been like a last ditch effort.
Yeah.
But you didn't think they were
But you
gonna-
didn't think they were going to do that bad, and even the Steelers as well. Like you didn't think they would do that bad as well. Like you thought
The
they would.
Steelers
I'm kind of right.
terrible
I'm kind of right on
defensively
that
at the
Steelers
moment.
defense, to be honest.
They
I think
were
now I'm
awful.
starting to give up on it. I think it's just you're
Yeah.
picking them on name
They're little
alone.
bits.
They're not a good defense this year. But then some of the winners, and I have been a little bit biased on one of these picks because there was QBs who did better than them. But Drake May, he was up against a tough defense. People were probably saying sit him. People were probably saying don't do that. But if you endured and you kept him out there, like I did, he put up 27 points.
I started him because I had no other option.
Yeah,
I was very happy.
No, he saved. I think he saved a lot of leagues this week. And then obviously the massive winners, like the running backs, Jonathan Taylor, James Cook, Breece Hall, all of them smashing over 30 points. Like that's some stat lines for all of them.
Yeah, Breece Hall passing for a touchdown at the end.
Yeah,
Oh,
Game-winning
what a play.
passing touchdown.
What
Yeah.
a play.
that is just like is that the epitome of what the Jets think of Fields? Like, we
I
need.
still can't
we
figure
need-
out was
yeah.
that a trick play or is it like
Oh,
was
no,
was he forced into that? Like did he
It
just
does
see
look
like
a bit
three?
strange. Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks as if he's going for the goal line and then he says, "Oh, right, okay. There's about 4 guys coming at me here. I'll maybe just try to either throw this way. Oh wait, he's actually over there."
No,
And it just all worked out.
it's highly unlikely because what happens
Yeah.
in a run play is that like half the O line moves downfield and then you've got like ineligible guys downfield. So the O line obviously knew that it was an intended pass of some sort.
There was a play. Was it this
He
week?
just looks a wee bit too freaked out at one point in that for
Good acting.
Was it a play?
That's like Ben Johnson's gonna trade for him. Like,
Was it a
last
play
minute
this week
trade.
or last week as well? That was sort of like a duff play. I can't remember. It was Chase Brown on the Bengals, I think it was.
Yes,
And
it was.
he
It was
looked
against the Jets.
It was against the Jets.
It
and he
was a
looked
flea
like-
flicker.
It was a flea flicker, but he saw someone was going to absolutely wipe out Joe Flacco. He's like, you know what? I'm going to take this back.
It was an actual
Yeah,
panic. It was like,
it was
whoa.
like, oh no.
But
He
then
didn't-
he
yeah.
ran for a first down. So.
Yeah, no, it was a really good dummy as well. But yeah, 3 running backs, Drake May, and then finally, obviously Tucker Kraft, who just, National Tight Ends Day, he won it.
Tucker Kraft's starting to
Yeah.
look starting to look really good.
I think he was the top receiving points in total, like of the whole NFL, not just
Was
tight
he?
ends. Like I don't think any
Outside
wide
of
receivers.
maybe
What was he,
Troy
35 points?
Franklin, but
37.
20,
37.
Oh, so
well,
it's maybe different.
on the, I mean, on like this half PPR league that we do, it's 29.8. So it sort of depends on the scoring of the league.
anybody who listened to me
Yeah.
and streamed Troy Franklin did well.
Yeah.
Top
Yeah,
strong
we
wide
did.
receiver this week.
Yeah. There you
I'm
go.
so bad seeing our super rate. I took off Jake Ferguson and put in Tucker Craft for the tight end.
Oh
Smart.
man, that's a big last minute move.
Stroke
Yeah.
of genius.
There you go.
I
Yeah,
don't
that
know.
But
like,
like,
having the
but,
flip
like,
sides of the
having
winners
those
and
two
losers,
tight
yeah.
ends.
I
and-
know.
Yeah.
I mean that's a flex. Nathan over here in the corner, like,
That's
oh,
like-
I hate
First waiver
number
wire
one
pick
and
of the
number
season.
3.
I hate to say it, but I wouldn't have made that flex with the way Ferguson's been playing. I would have kept that. I would have just.
I don't think
I
anybody's
would
flex-
have done the same. I
Yeah.
would have
It's-
done.
I don't think
It's
anybody's
because
benching
Steelers
Ferguson.
are really bad at defense.
Just
Tight
in
ends. I think they
general.
give up
Just in
most
general.
points to tight ends. or
Yeah,
something
no,
like
it's
that.
This is why he's becoming a fantasy
Yeah, this is
guru,
why he's-
guys.
Fantasy
That's a
guru.
beginner's corner.
Making
by the
roster
end of the
moves
season.
at like 10 past midnight.
So
It's only free time I have.
starts off as like Padawan corner. at the end of
Everybody's
the
finally
season.
away
It's
to bed.
Jedi Master corner. That's it. He's going to come in dressed as Yoda or something. Right.
But to be fair, that last week was just wild. I don't
Oh,
know
yeah.
what's going on in the
It was-
points.
it was-
I don't know what's going on in the
was
scoring.
nice.
I don't know who's a good team. I don't know who's a bad team anymore.
Right.
I just don't know. Can't pick players. Can't pick teams.
I have some streaming options. This seems to be the only thing I'm doing reasonably well at is,
Oh,
is
good.
telling people who to stream. The waiver wire stuff, not great.
Yeah.
The start sits absolute garbage. Streaming when you're in pure desperation mode, I'm your guy. Like, that's it. Top points this week in the Lamboidi. Because I was in desperation mode, I was like, who am I going to start? Just start a bunch of random guys. Did it?
Well, I'm going into desperation mode in some leagues, so I am eager to hear this.
Well, there's really very little at quarterback this week. So the only quarterback I could really find that's only owned in 22% of leagues is Tua. He's coming off a 4-touchdown game and he's playing against the Ravens on Thursday Night Football at home. So there's a chance, if you're really looking for a quarterback start, I would still be hesitant about Tua because 90% of the football has been terrible.
Yeah.
But if that last game's any indication that he's getting good and the Ravens are, the Ravens defense is getting,
They're a bad defense this year.
it's getting better,
Getting better.
but still could be a bad defense, short week, all this kind of stuff. There's a chance. He's only in 22% of the league, so he's probably sitting there. You can go and stream him. Got an easy matchup this week. Emmanuel Wilson. This is a guy I genuinely think you could stash and potentially use the rest of the year. Because he outrushed Josh Jacobs for the Green Bay Packers this week. Emmanuel Wilson had more yards, and he had over 5.5 yards per carry this week for the Packers, and they're playing against the Panthers this week at home. So if he starts to get more touches, like Josh Jacobs, everybody thinks he's a solid start and he's going to be there the rest of the year. It's possible that he's going to turn circle. The same as Tony Pollard and Tajay Spears.
Josh Jacobs last year though, he fell off towards the end of the season. He had a great start. Like the first sort of 6 to 10 weeks, I think were solid, and then he kind of just got fatigued.
Yeah, he typically does that. I think even back in his Raiders days, he would just get the odd knock and then just start to tail off.
Which might be that.
And Emmanuel Wilson was touted in his rookie year as being like the guy to come in and take on those touches, and didn't really take off that first year because he kept getting these random injuries. He would get a concussion, he would get a thigh injury, he would get this. Now he's fit, and I say he got, I think, either the same amount of touches or more touches than Jacobs, and he outgained him. And was way better on a yards per carry basis. He's only owned in 9% of leagues. So go out there if you're really struggling, like talking about that Judkins injury, talking about Scadabo getting injured. There's a lot of people hurting at running back. Take him, even if you're just going to stash him for this week and see how he does, see if he gets more touches. Just have a go.
Mm-hmm.
And talking about the Scadabo injury, unfortunately, you have to pray P-R-E-Y on these injuries, and yeah, Tyrone Tracy is going to take over that backfield more than likely for the rest of the year. He's only owned in 35% of leagues, so if nobody picks him up on your waiver wire, go and pick him up. They're against San Fran this week, so it's not the easiest matchup, but Scadabo was useful when he had all of those touches in that backfield. Tyrone Tracy has been useful in the past when he's had all those touches. So he's definitely worth a stash. He's definitely
a
worth
good
a
streaming
stash.
option. It is, especially this time in the league where there's no running backs.
Yeah.
He is worth it. He is worth it. I remember having him at the start of this year and got fed up with him, so I dropped him. So I'm one of those people who put him in the waiver wires.
That's it, because Scadabo came in and just took everything.
Yeah, because he is the best running back to ever grace an American football field.
But now his foot's not going in the right direction.
No, it's not.
So there's a potential that Tyrone Tracy is going to be moderately better the rest of the year. So yeah,
moderately better. Like Scadabo with his foot in the wrong direction could still outplay him.
I think if they let him back out in the field, he would go back out.
I think if they just had him in a steel boot or something, like he would still run head first into people.
That's it.
Yeah, I saw someone say this is like there was doctors looking at his injury. It was. His he's never going to be able to cut, and they're like, he doesn't even know what cutting is. He just runs straight out. He runs on train tracks.
It's like Madden. It's literally just like truck stick. It's like this stick moves side to side. Nah, it doesn't. No. Absolutely does not. No, so that's So you're going to have to take advantage of that injury. Pick up Tyrone Tracy. First wide receiver I want to talk about. Josh Downs. I think Josh Downs should be owned in every league. He's getting back to fitness. He's getting lots of targets from, I have to admit, a very good Colts team. It's a very good Colts team. I did actually watch them this week. They're a very good team. Yeah. I watched every snap of them against the Chargers as well, just to really pile on to my misery.
It'd be interesting to hear how much he's rostered. Because I know what wide receiver he is.
Well, he's rostered in 56% of leagues, so it's a decent amount of leagues. But what I'm saying is, if he's still available, which he will be available in a certain percentage of leagues, obviously, by the end of waiver wires, pick him up. You've got to pick him up. If you've got a wide receiver need, pick him up. He's going to get targets. He was incredibly useful for fantasy when he was fully fit the previous season. So
he got 3 targets there at the weekend, though.
And
he's wide receiver number 31 at the minute. But
that's
in a high-powered offense, if you're really struggling,
if you're really struggling, and he's coming back from injury, and the reason I'm back in, all this kind of stuff. Josh Downs, I'm obviously higher on him than Adam is, but yeah.
But he had 8 targets both of the previous weeks.
Yeah,
on that, so
he's a valuable receiver to have. Somebody who had 8 targets this past week. Try to pronounce this one again. Chimere Dike of the Tennessee Titans.
Well pronounced.
Shamar Dyke of the Tennessee Titans is rostered in 19% of leagues. Goes against the Chargers this week. It's a decent, pretty tough defense. But if he continues to get 8-9 targets a game, but again we've chased targets in that Titans offense with Alec Ayamana in the past, and that didn't work. So it's just kind of like a desperation mode kind of thing. He's owned in 19% of leagues, so he will more than likely be available. You go to check. So if you've got injuries, if you've got bye weeks, he's worth maybe a spot start. Maybe in PPR leagues.
What's that Titans? It's that Titans side scored 7 touchdowns or was it 8 now?
Yeah,
3 weeks. So you're talking about a touchdown a week.
That's what I'm saying. Mainly PPR leagues. Like if he's getting 8 targets and say 7 catches, and he's getting you, that's 7 points. He's getting you. Yeah. PPR leagues, he's far more valuable. If it's a standard scoring league without any points per reception, I wouldn't go near any Titans wide receiver. But PPR formats, half PPR formats, kind of valuable. Mm-hmm. The one, again, looking at streaming options for tight end, it's tough as well. There's nobody out there. Everybody who scores points started being picked up.
Yeah, Nathan's got them all.
Colston Loveland is a really interesting one because they're starting to get him involved in the offense. He's only really been picking it up. He was injured in training camp, all this kind of stuff, so it's taken him a while. But he seems like the kind of tight end that Ben Johnson's been looking for in that offense. Yeah. Cole Kmet's not the guy.
No, he's not.
So he got 5 targets this past week. If his targets go up, he's got the Bengals this coming week. The Bengals just gave up a stack of points to Mason Taylor. So
JETS.
So he's worth a spot start. He's even more worth a spot start if Luther Burden is out with a concussion, because Burden takes a lot of those shallow routes. Burden lives close to the line of scrimmage, so he's taking all those tight end kind of targets. If he's out and Cole Kmet's still out, then Colston Loveland's the middle of the field kind of target for that team, and he's only owned in 25% of leagues. So
There you go.
he's definitely.
I would definitely agree with you on that one. That's a guy I was very high on early
Yeah,
in the season,
Bengals.
and then just nothing started happening.
Yeah.
But traditionally with rookie tight ends, it does take a wee bit of time to
Bengals
get
and
settled
Giants
in.
the next 2 weeks. Bengals and Giants. So if you have a need, if you have a need at tight end, then you can do a lot worse. And I suppose like defense, the only real defense I had that you could maybe pick on would be like the Chargers are playing against the Titans this week. Just start teams against the Titans.
Yeah.
Particularly because Cam Ward doesn't seem to want to hold on to the ball. If you remember, Trevor Lawrence's rookie year didn't want to hold on to the ball. He like led the league in fumbles. It was like 15 fumbles or something that first year. Cam Ward is horrendous with fumbles. He can't hold. Yeah,
He just sort of like throws his arms.
tossing
Yeah,
it backwards.
like one important part of the QB motion is bringing your hand back so you can throw it forwards, and as soon as he brings it back, it's out of his hands.
But it just feels like he gets pressured something like 56% of the time. So like
Yeah, but
you're
you don't-
almost in fear like more than half the snaps you
I'm
have.
always
Like,
wondering-
that your offensive line's just going to let everybody come at you.
I was wondering why that is, because that Titans O-line was supposed to be quite
I
good.
don't know what's going on with the Titans side this season, but
Yeah, it's a really strange one.
it's
I think he runs into pressure a lot of the time as well. If you kind of watch the way he moves, he always rolls out like immediately.
he doesn't read it as well. Some other
But is that-
QBs, like Drake May actually gets pressured quite a lot, but will come off with some amazing big plays, whether it be run or pass, because he just reads it better. He
He'll
senses
step
he senses the pressure. It, like reminds you of like Brady in the past, not Brady running, but Brady sensing the pressure and stepping up away, because he even not looking will know somebody's right behind him.
Yeah. Bad quarterback will run away from pressure. Good quarterbacks will step past it, because that's where your pocket is. Your pocket is here. Once you step outside that, it's a free for all. Like it's just like every defensive player on the field running at you. So I don't know. I think pick on the Titans until they stop, or they show you that you shouldn't pick on them, or just continue to pick.
Which I don't think is going to happen till the end of this year. They go for first round pick again. They're competing with the Jets for it.
That's more or less it. A couple of
like this.
honorable mentions. Bam Knight, well, Donovan Knight,
Love it.
27% of leagues he's owned in, and
Love
he's
it.
playing against the Cowboys running back. If he's still the starter, which we presume Knight's still the starter there in Arizona, then
They're the
he's a
the
great one to
Cowboys
pick
are
up.
the fourth worst side against running backs this year.
Yeah.
So that's a great show.
You see the gaps in those games; it's just unbelievable. That's about it. But yeah, plenty of streaming options this week, particularly with injuries. So just obviously
bye weeks as well.
Yeah. The main thing is to use your waiver wire, but if you don't use a waiver wire, there's always an option.
Nice. I like a lot of those.
I do as well, actually.
I'll
Definitely going to
be
take
going
the.
straight on to sleeper after this.
Stealing. and you're in like
There's a
more
few
than
of
half of my leagues.
yeah,
You're going to be stealing
we
all
play
my,
a lot of leagues
all-
together.
all
There's
my-
a few of those I'm
Thanks,
definitely
Matthew.
going to want as well.
see if people steal Bam Knight on me. Oh,
See if Bam Knight wins me a fantasy league.
Oh, can we talk about one annoying rule in fantasy American football, which
I like
I
talking
hate.
about annoying rules, yes.
I
Oh, no,
hate?
not annoying rules again.
Yes.
I hate.
Back to annoying rules, yes, go.
Why have you set up our Fantasy Super 8 League so that the waiver wire refreshes every week?
This is actually on you. This
Why is it that the waiver wire goes from the worst team always gets the top pick on the waiver wire? I haven't made a waiver wire pickup all year.
because you've been the best.
And then I'm sitting there
Oh,
going,
woe is me.
and I'm sitting there and I want, and there was someone I wanted. I had no wide receivers.
Oh, so
Anything like that?
you're talking about it. That if you're always down at the bottom, you always get priority
Yeah.
on the waiver wire.
It
I think
resets
that's
it.
fair. That's
No,
the way the
it
NFL
resets every.
works.
No, it resets every. It should stay consistent.
Yeah, no,
Your
we
team-
tend to
it's
work.
there.
Yeah.
It's there to help teams that are worse at the bottom. And the reason I'm kind of agreeing with this is because I'm near the bottom in that
No.
league you're talking about at the minute. Matthew is at the
You're
bottom.
like 6-2 in that league. What does it matter?
I know.
He's 6-2. He's
Lost
up in,
this week because I
he's
didn't
up
get
in
the players
second.
I wanted.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
your team's good enough already. It's to balance it.
But
It's also a new
I'm not
league
here for
setup.
balance. I'm not here for
It's
that.
a new league set up
Holding.
with a lot of rookies in there, so it's to try. To be honest, it was set up in mind with other players to aid, but it's ending up aiding me at the minute, which is quite good for the latter part of the season. So whenever it comes to the playoffs, hopefully I've stacked loads of good players that
I disagree. It
fruition.
saves the tactic. Like the tactic is save your waiver wire picks until you need them. Be clever with it. Use it when you must.
Yeah, I'm typically
whenever
not
I-
a
but
rolling
whenever I
waivers,
went to-
rolling waivers.
Yeah, rolling waivers is the way to
We'll
go.
have a,
So,
The
so what way is rolling waiver?
Rolling waivers means that it's after the first week, it sort of stays whether or not you use the waiver wires. So, say for example, if I was the number 8 draft pick or waiver wire pick, and everybody else used the waiver wire in front of me, I'd go to number 1. But next
Until
week,
you use it.
until I use it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
So-
Yeah, so it gives everybody a go.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
for example, do you remember whenever I got George Pickens and Thomas
Yes.
really hated that?
Yeah.
I didn't use my waiver wire pick the week before, so I had stacked the number
Oh, okay.
one, so I was able to get George Pickens
Because I was ahead of him.
over him,
Or I was-
even though
yeah.
I had just won the previous week.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that worked out in my favor as well, and I like things working out in my favor. Like this is good. I enjoy this.
And
But
I would, and there's
especially whenever it's against you, Thomas.
Rules are great when they work.
and I would like.
But not the auto sub rule. No.
I would.
Auto sub rule.
Actually, speaking of this, 'cause I would love it. I would love it if there was a rule because I wanted to play Lamar Jackson this week over Justin Herbert, and Justin
Oh,
Herbert played on
okay.
Thursday. I would love it if there was a rule that came in and said if Lamar Jackson decided to be out, somebody else I could pick. them in.
You could still
Yeah,
use
would've
the guy on
loved
your.
that. Would love a rule like that. Just-
But it has to, but it
You could
had
have that room.
but it has to be but it has to be picked like before the Thursday or something.
Yeah,
You can't
exactly.
say,
Oh, yeah,
if
no, I
Lamar
can't do-
doesn't
yeah.
play, I can go off
Had to
on
do
the
it
waiver
after,
wire
yeah.
and go and
No,
get
had
this
to do it
other
after,
person.
yeah. No, if only there was a rule. That would be really good.
If he doesn't start, I'm going to auto sub in
Yeah.
somebody from the waiver
Yeah.
Just take off someone else's team.
It's gonna start acting like
Yeah, I'm
someone,
gonna start
somebody
that
else's
guy's
team that they
quarterback.
haven't started.
Or well, if you have like 2 or 3 QBs on your bench, like
That's fair.
do you do it where you pick one of them after? Or?
I like the name of that rule, an auto sub rule. That's what it should be called.
No, we
That's-
don't like auto sub rules. No.
Right.
Just just read up on whether Lamar's going to start or not. Like that's what you're. That's
But
what
I'm-
you're
But the
doing.
problem is he
I'm
isn't
si-
making the decision
I'm-
until like 2 hours.
Yes,
before
well,
the
that
next
is an interesting topic because that's the Ravens are in danger of being like penalized massively for that. They might lose
Yeah.
a draft pick and all this kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
Oh,
because-
really?
Yeah, because it's
Because they listed him as a full participant on Friday, which
Yeah.
means that he's going to play,
Yeah, that's what I
basically.
assume, yeah.
And then they declared him inactive last minute. You're not
Yeah.
allowed to do that because like,
Okay.
because the other teams are going to then
Yeah,
prepare for it. Obviously, there's fancy NFL things like that. that
it's supposed to
all,
be a
like-
level playing field where
Yeah.
everybody announces their practices and all this kind of stuff and
Okay,
keeps
yeah.
everybody informed and they kind of like pull the
Not to
for
say
people's
that,
eyes.
it's also to do with like betting as well. You know, like people making the bets prior.
Well,
or whatever.
this is something as well, which I mean, the whole betting scandal in all the sports at the moment is supposed the NFL wants
It
to stay
started-
away from that.
Yeah, well, it started with the NBA, but the NFL will come out at some
Oh,
point.
absolutely.
100%. It's only a matter of time.
Some of the games this
Definitely.
year are, you're not going to say are like match fixing, but like things like the Falcons beating the Bills. The only piece of people who's winning there is Vegas. Like, you know, there's nobody else who's going to win from that matchup.
That's true. So something they were talking about was like all the close Thursday night matchups.
Yeah.
And they were like, has Amazon paid somebody off? Because Amazon took over the Thursday night games and all of a sudden they're all legendary. Whereas a Thursday night game used to always be a terrible matchup. That's where the Titans and Jags lived.
To be
On
fair,
Thursday night
the
football.
Thursday night matchup was the Titans Jag. I remember staying up to watch the Titans Jag Thursday night matchups. Yeah, but that Thursday night matchup there wasn't too good, unfortunately.
After the betting scandal was announced, after the whole betting thing,
Aha!
When-
You're on to us now.
where was that? So there we go.
But back to the main point. No, we're not doing auto sub, and we're keeping the waiver wire the way
Until
it
it
is.
benefits
Well,
them.
Waiver wire is that rule has changed. That should just be
It's-
default.
it's
Why
fine.
not, yeah.
It'll come up in a review at the end of the season. We'll see how it works out. If I end up winning this fantasy league, I will snigger and grin quite a lot, but
Right.
I will take it on board anyway.
In danger of going down like a wormhole there, we're gonna jump into start sits. I think
Good
that's
call.
where we're gonna go. I think that's
for
where
it.
we're gonna go.
Who am I allowed to start this week?
Well, I want to.
We're going to see what you have first before we say who you're allowed to start.
I would like to. I would like
I
to
can't
start
think.
this week
I
if
don't
I
think-
may,
Do we
Go for it.
wait?
because I'm going to start with an ultimatum or an ultimato, as Danny Glover in Community once said, which means you get the whole tomato or no tomato. I'm going to put it out to Trevor Lawrence. Trevor, if you're listening, this is your chance. You've got 2 weeks. 2 weeks to prepare for the Las Vegas Raiders. You've got all your shiny toys, all your weapons. You've got this cannon of an arm. You're 6'6". You're faster, stronger than everybody. Prove it. Let's go and put a 40 burger on the Las Vegas Raiders. Let's throw for 4 or 5 touchdowns. Let's run for a touchdown. Let's do something. I'm gonna tell you what. This is the ultimatum. This is where the ultimatum comes in. You don't do something this week, I'm done with you for fantasy this year. Fantasy football this year. Trevor Lawrence doesn't exist. I've got you on a bench in a dynasty team, and I will keep you on the bench for the rest of the year, no matter what injuries may occur.
Drop him.
So, Trevor, just throw him out of your ass.
Trevor Lawrence. I like that.
That's it.
That's a good start.
That's your start.
Yeah.
It's my start of the week. Trevor Lawrence at the Las Vegas Raiders.
I'm gonna go.
Sorry.
I am not gonna match that intensity because
I'm sorry. I'm going to give you my set as well.
Oh yeah, go for it.
So my set's Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, nice.
I can say Indianapolis Colts because I'm now like go Colts.
Yeah, go Colts. I like it.
What is
My-
wrong with you?
I know.
My
Is this the same Matthew?
This ultimatum
Matthew didn't know
has
who
got
you
me.
were.
I'm like
He
fired
didn't
up.
even know who the Colts were.
He watched the game this weekend. He goes, "Oh shit, these guys are quite good."
He spent the whole week watching all the games.
That
Like,
defense.
whoa.
That defense
You
is
might-
spicy.
you
The
might-
defense is spicy.
Yeah, they are. They're what are they? number 3 ranked defense fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Yeah. Anyway,
my start, and I'm not hyped about this one because he's a very underwhelming quarterback this year, but I think he's against a terrible defense. So I'm gonna go Kyler Murray. Kyler, not in the same intensity, but put down the game controller. Get off Call of Duty. Get off Battlefield.
Talking to the camera.
Get off
Talk to
Battlefield.
Kyler.
Stop letting us down. Do something. Run.
Yeah, use your legs.
Use them. They're good at them.
You tiny little bobblehead man.
That's exactly right. Tiny little bobblehead man. Yeah. So, but I'm going to say starter. He's against a terrible defense. And then my sit is CJ Stroud. I just don't know what's going on, but he's playing the Broncos and they're quite tough. I know they don't have Zertan, but could be a tough matchup. So I'm going to say sit CJ Stroud.
Well, they're at home or away against the
I think they're away.
Broncos. Adam probably knows.
Right.
oh, against the
Are they at home against the Broncos?
I've got the schedule up here actually.
is who at home against the Broncos? Sorry.
They're at home.
Versus Denver. Because Stroud did well
Oh, here,
last week.
that's
That was
it.
like his first legitimately good fantasy game. I know because I was forced to start him. So yeah,
There you go.
interesting.
Your
Like them.
starting set quarterbacks.
I don't know if I'd be allowed any of these, so I'm just getting the matchups
Oh,
up here just in
that's
case.
nice.
Do you have an ultimatum for anybody?
No, I
Adams.
had my ultimatum with the Jets a few weeks ago, and
And they answered. Wow. Whoa. Look at that.
honestly near cried on Sunday. Like honestly, like I
Yeah,
just I
he was
couldn't
so-
couldn't
He
believe
was
it.
so hyped.
I had to run out of the
Yeah.
building just to get a bit of air.
No, he did.
Three
I
went
did.
like
I,
three
ran-
sheets.
I ran out the door, done that voice note to you guys, and had to get air. I just couldn't believe what I had witnessed.
That was their Super Bowl
wonderful.
right there.
It felt like winning the Super Bowl. Isn't that just a terrible state of affairs? Like,
A
it's
one
honest.
win, a close
Woohoo.
win.
Oh my goodness.
Just the matchup. Anyway, flip. So I am whether I'm allowed these guys or not, it's another thing. But I had Matt Stafford as a start.
That's fair.
Against a
Oh,
pretty
wow.
poor Saints defense. Coming
Hello.
off a bye week and a 5 touchdown game against who were they playing? Whenever they'd done that, Matthew.
Checks.
I don't know. They weren't in America, so it doesn't
You
matter.
guys saw that in person, and you were like, "I'm going to start this guy."
I just think if you allow that for me,
Where are they? Are they at New Orleans or are they
they're at home
at home?
against the Saints. If you allow me that, I think that's an absolute banker
I
for a
would allow.
quarterback with
I
a
would
good
allow.
20 points.
But
He
To
hasn't
be
done
fair-
that well
to be
because
fair-
he doesn't run, so he hasn't done.
to
that
be
well
fair,
in fantasy
though,
this year.
yeah,
Saints-
you love a running QB.
Love a running QB.
to be fair, though,
Trevor.
the Saints against Baker Mayfield last week, only 4 points.
True.
Yeah.
So,
So you're allowing Stafford?
Absolutely.
I had a backup, but you might not have allowed him either.
Josh Allen.
He wouldn't have allowed Josh
No,
Allen. Would you? I'm
no.
joking. the other one would have been Justin Herbert, but it's okay.
No, you
I'll
can.
take my
Oh
snap
no,
for
not Justin Herbert. I thought you meant sit, as you saying sit Justin Herbert.
Yeah, that didn't work out well for me last week. Adam, don't do that.
Yeah,
Don't sit Justin
yeah,
Herbert.
don't sit Justin Herbert.
227 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, who's your sit then?
Anyway, I was going to go Rogers, but Matthew's done that already.
You can go
so I
Rodgers.
feel...
You
Can
can
I
go
do
Rodgers.
Rodgers?
Yeah, you can go.
Well, do you
Rodgers.
have anything else? Just
I have about 3 others, but I don't know who's going to start for some of these
Ooh.
franchises, so...
okay.
That's a
You
problem.
can't have backup QBs.
Oh, is it? Did you pick Cousins? Did
You
you?
can't have like show or anything like that a bit.
Did you?
Shock.
Chuck?
I'll probably...
Shock.
You know what? I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to go Bo next to set under 20 points.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Nick, you started him last week.
Interesting.
I
Did you have that?
Yes.
Great minds.
No, I did consider that. Who are they playing? Are
They are
Houston
at
this week?
Houston. Houston have only conceded over 20 points once this season.
Yeah.
They may be
That
the
is-
best defense in the NFL. So
That's with all the
That
Rangers.
is-
That is wild.
most guys that have Bo Nix are probably going to start him and not even think
Oh, yeah,
about
of
setting
course.
him. But if you have a
Who do they
QB
concede
with
over 20 points against?
the Seahawks,
Really?
27 points on Monday Night Football.
My goodness.
And we'll get to the power rankings after this, but that is explained in the power rankings.
Cool. Yeah, that's good. Nathan, what,
yeah, so
what do you got for us?
on that note, I'm going Sam Darnold for my
Sam
Start-
Darnold. I did have
Nice.
him as a potential. Yeah.
Nice.
against Commanders. So
Are they at home or away?
That's a great
Uh,
shout. Away.
Away.
Away. That's a great shout.
and my set is also Bo Nix.
Nice. Pretty
I like that.
consistent.
But a bit risky, like, but
It is risky.
It is a risky one, but I like those risky ones. I think the risky ones are
yeah,
fun.
they more interesting.
Yeah, next has been quite
Just
up
trying
and
to-
down. Fantasy
Just
this
trying
year,
to
so
look
yeah,
out for the
next makes
fantasy
sense.
community here.
It's good. I like it. I like it.
What are you doing running backs?
Yeah, I'll jump into my running backs.
Mm.
Talked about him in the streaming kind of category. Talked about him as I'm going to try to pick him up, and everybody else is not going to try to pick him up. But Bam Knight, let's go against the Cowboys.
See,
That's
I
the
thought-
start of the week.
I thought you were going to say Tyrone Tracy there because that's who I had.
No,
yeah, you hyped up. I was about to give you a high five and go, yeah. Tyrone Tracy. Oh no, he's got
no,
bad,
no,
right?
I'm not going. I'm not going Tracy.
Yeah.
You know, it just felt like too soon with Scatterbo.
Yeah.
But no, but Bam Knight's my start, and my sit. I'm gonna go Alvin Kamara against the Rams. The Rams defense is really good this year, and I think Kamara's. He looks like he's playing injured. He doesn't look fully healthy.
He's not old because he's still younger than us, but he's
I-
like, you know,
I said I started him last week and he got like 6 points.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you think?
he's struggling.
Do you think he's one of those guys that's maybe holding out for a trade out towards the end of his career? Like he knows he's playing on a really bad side now, but he is that much more talented than this team.
I have seen the wee comments thing on Sleeper that people were saying there's a chance that like there's talks of
They're talking about him getting traded, but he seemed to poo poo the idea. So we'll see. What
Poo poo.
poo
doo
yes, poo poo it. He.
but he's
What's that? Is it in Blackadder or something like that?
Yes. It's in black
Poo
Adam.
poo.
That's why I was like, poo poo. Poo poo his poo poo.
Oh dear.
Oh, Blackadder was
Oh,
anyway,
love it.
right?
Right, anyway.
Sidetracked, right?
all right. Start.
Yeah.
We know what it is. Tyrone Tracy. Yeah. R.I.P. Kim Scatterbo. And then set is Krosky Merritt. I don't know what's going on with this dude. Like, can he not? He's not getting the carries either. He only had 9 carries.
No, he was terrible
He's
in that last game.
been terrible. He's had like one big game where he got over 20 points, and then ever since then he's just been mediocre.
Yeah,
as
that's
anything.
Seahawks.
I'd just say
as well.
until you see him consistent with carries, until you see him consistent with points, I would keep him on your bench just for a while. He might be a flex option every now and then if you're really struggling, but I
No, he's disappointed me.
he's not droppable, but he's also not playable. That's the annoying thing.
Tragic.
Yeah.
It's the worst thing a running back can be.
I know. I just want to drop.
You want to drop him like he's hot, but you can't. You can't because there's no other running backs out
There's
there.
no other running backs out there. You're gonna take a loss, even though he's only getting like 4 or 5 points. You know,
Yeah,
he has potential to get more.
He has potential.
Yeah.
He'll
Go on,
have
Adam.
potential. Anyway,
Who you got?
Anyway. Once again, a couple you probably won't. You know what? I'll just go for one. I know you'll allow me. I know there's one you probably won't allow me.
Give us
It's the old traditional.
Give us the one. Give us the one that you're probably not going to allow.
I was going to say Derrick Henry that you won't allow, but he was bad for a good few weeks there. He was bad in fantasy for a good few weeks.
Not allowed Derrick Henry.
What number is he at the moment?
He's ranked number 9. Is he not the number 19 running back?
Yeah, it hasn't been good this year.
Yeah.
That's not...
So
And who are they up against?
up against the Dolphins Thursday night
Oh,
football.
well.
No, you don't want to allow me. Okay, I'll take it. Okay, fair enough. No, he's not getting them this week, right? Okay, I'll take DeAndre Swift at the Bengals, please, if that is allowed. Oh, you can't veto every running back. And then for Sid's, well, I think this kind of counteracts it because I'm going really risky. This week I'm going to go for Bijan Robinson, as I said this week, number 4 running back in fantasy, but just came off a bad week there. That Patriots defense is
pretty good.
The real deal this year. That franchise seems to be the real deal, unfortunately, because I'm sick of watching good Patriots sides. I thought we were getting a bad
Are they
one.
home or away?
Patriots are at home.
Yep.
So it's at
And that
New England.
Patriots have won 5 on the bounce. The trend of that defense is not going to change. They are on the up. They're the number 1 defense in fantasy at the minute.
That'd be a real power move for somebody to bench Bijan Robinson.
Yeah.
If I had him, I'd be benching him.
Who would you? Yeah.
See, I'm now having to rethink my whole crowd in the mic strategy this week. Might be benching him. Might drop him.
Well, it's only
If he's not having a good year, trade him.
just send him.
I mean, we did this the other week.
Oh, he's having a good year. He's a number 4 running back, but he had a bad week there.
Yeah.
Against a bad team.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I
They
never
are
know what
so-
happens.
they
to the
are so
Falcons
hot
against
and
bad
cold.
teams. Yeah,
That Falcon side, you can't trust that offense. You can't trust that franchise. Yeah, the guy's a superstar, but they're going up against a hell of a team. I just wouldn't trust him in that matchup this week. So yeah,
But this is probably the week against a hell of a team that he's going to go for like 200 yards.
Yeah.
Torch them. Anyway.
you
Well,
can
this is
play the
when
clip back next week.
This is when the Falcons look like a Super Bowl winning team, and that
Yeah, this is like the game
Bills,
against the
yeah,
Bills.
yeah,
Where
exactly.
they just
just
ran
dominate.
over them.
Yeah. Go on, Nathan. Who you got?
I'm going. It's running back, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Vidal for
Kamani Vidal. I like Kamani Vidal.
against the
Okay,
Titans.
that's
this
good
week.
shout.
Against the Titans. At home or away against the Titans.
Oh, I'm not sure. No.
They are away.
And my set was the same as Kamara. So because I think I've tried to start him twice now to get him going somewhere, and he's done nothing. So I might actually just drop him and not pick up anybody for him. Just empty.
Maybe that's what he
maybe
needs to
bench
kickstart
yeah.
kickstart the season. He needs Nathan to drop him.
Yeah.
And then he's just going
And
to
then he'll do something then, and I'll eat.
It's terrible.
It sounds really unfair, but I don't think the players care about fantasy football. And it
That-
really
that-
annoys me.
What else is
That
there to
is
play
what
for?
it is.
It
What else
really
are they
annoys me.
playing for?
You know.
Like one of the guys that actually, I think one of the players I think actually had a podcast back in the day. I think Austin Eckler actually had a fantasy football podcast.
Wow.
He was like one of the only ones that really cared about fantasy football. Would have talked about it, and he was great for fantasy football. In fairness, back in the day.
Do you not think
Are you allowed to do fantasy football podcasts? If
Why wouldn't you?
well, you're not betting. So it's like
Yeah,
fun.
you're
I
like
guess.
gambling, yeah. And you're not really controlling the game unless you're like a defensive guy and you've got the running back and you're like, oh, maybe this tackle. Oh no, he's gone for a 90-yard TD. Oh no.
It's if like if coaches
Yeah.
start to do
Yeah,
it, that's when you get
that's what
worried.
it is.
Yeah.
Imagine like a head coach going like, I really want to give Bijan the ball near the line, but I'm playing against him in fantasy. Algier, get Tyler Algier in. Yeah, that's it. Just not what you want to see. Right, jumping into
Wide receivers.
wide receivers. I get nervous the further down we get because I really don't know who to start in these spots. I'm gonna go Juwan Jennings.
Nice.
He's back from injury. He was back from injury last week. He got a lot of targets, doing quite well. They're against the Giants. Giants have given up, I think, the most receiving yards to wide receivers this year.
I believe you're right.
So yeah. Start somebody at wide receiver in that Niners team. He seems to be the fittest and
Will it be
most
Purdy
targeted.
playing this week?
Might be Purdy. Purdy might be back as well, which is another good.
Yeah,
Good
May
sign.
didn't have a brilliant game, so that might mean Purdy's now not injured anymore.
Yeah. So
Yeah, Mac Jones playing before that
Or
week there
Mac
was
Jones, yeah.
averaging 286
Yeah,
yards
yeah.
a game. That was the most of any starting QB.
Well,
So
we were talking.
That's pretty
yeah,
good.
them.
We
That's
talked.
pretty
We
good.
talked about this. It was like a theory that they're just pretending Purdy's injured until Mac Jones starts playing badly.
Oh, it's the same. It's,
Yeah.
it's the same.
And
as
then they'll
the-
bring him back out again, and they're like, you know, if he's hot, you know, why do it? Same with like Hubbard and Dowdle. Like, why are you stopping?
Oh, it's
Yeah.
nonsensical.
They've got to
that.
give Dowdle a ball back.
Yeah,
Not
they've
just
gotta-
because I have him in several
Yeah.
leagues.
No, I think honestly they've just got. I think they've
He's just
said.
better. He's a better
I
runner.
think they've actually said it now. It's going to be him, the number one RB. They wanted
Yeah.
Hubbard to have his chance, but you know you're sacrificing efficient for no sake of. Oh yeah, he's been good for us before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I like them.
Fair enough. I'm going maybe slightly risky with the start, maybe not risk, but T Higgins with my sit
Ooh,
against the Bears. I think
that is risky.
he had a touchdown last week, so it looked really good, but he only had one catch and
Pat.
2 targets. So it was all about the touchdown, and yeah, if Chase has a big game or if Chase Brown starts to get the ball more, the Bears secondary's decent.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wouldn't feel overly confident starting T Higgins.
No, I quite like that one. My start, you're gonna love my start. Travis Hunter.
Oh no.
Travis.
Well,
Start him.
if we've got the
Similar-
unicorn train on our
yeah.
side, so we're
Similar
okay.
to the like hype that you had.
The ultimatum.
You know, he's had
The ultimatum.
he's had 2 weeks to trade for this, and also in that London game, he was the only spark of like offense.
Yeah.
For the Jags, they're gonna try and feed him the ball more. You can't see him play like that and then not give him the ball more.
Yep.
You know,
No, I like it.
let him cook. And then my sit as well.
That Travis.
You know, I know this. I like the offense.
Nice.
I love this
Sounds
offense. I love this team. I think they're great. But, you know, it's just inconsistent. I'm going to say sit Stephon Diggs. I think,
yeah, it's a bit inconsistent.
he's one of those ones where it's sort of like, you know, you can play him. You can't drop him because he's too good and there's not really many other people out there. But he might be a good enough flex to sort of get you a couple of points. But I don't think he's like a full-on definite start, I'd say.
And you know me, I prefer Pute anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Pute.
Love a bit of Pute.
Well,
Pute.
I'm just gonna jump in there and say that that's my start.
Pute's your start?
No, Stephon Diggs.
Oh.
is.
One of us is going to be right. And
Exactly.
That's the important thing. One of us is going to be right.
That's why we should do our
Yeah,
starts.
there we go. We just like collaborate and we do them.
I'm
all.
percentage right. I would be backing this guy.
Yeah. Oh, I would.
But it
Especially
is
after
true.
last week.
They just seem to pick a different one each
Yeah.
week, so it could be him, could be someone else. So
Could be.
Yeah, so you're just backing him to be the receiver with a big game.
yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully.
For the Patriots this week.
And my sit is Deebo Samuel.
Oh
against
yes, yeah,
Seahawks this week.
Completely understand that.
yeah.
Absolutely screwed me in a fantasy matchup there on Monday night.
Yeah,
so.
he's starting.
Yeah.
He's starting to
I
dip
think
down.
it seems to go from week to week. Whether he's
He's
And
got,
McLaurin's now like fully
McLaurin's-
fit, presumably.
well, he was questionable again. He still said it's a little bit of a niggling injury, but he's getting through it. And then he's
They're just-
when's what's his face coming back? Daniels.
They're just week to week, I think, but they're just not a good side at
They're
the
just
minute. We
not,
were
no.
talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
Just not a side you can trust
Considering
offensively or defensively.
How elite they looked, and they just seem to get stronger this offseason. Like they just seem to get with the trades and the moves they had and things like that.
God,
you
you
know,
were,
you're
you
sort
were
of like-
dying to get Daniels off
Yeah.
in a league over the summer.
Yeah,
I like to
Daniels
look at
was
Daniels, but it seems like
Daniels was a
Seems-
top
seems
five.
Gave me
figure,
Jamar
right?
Chase for him. Just letting you know.
Daniels was a top 5 QB going into this year.
seems like a guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's something going wrong in that franchise. But
Sophomore slump.
that's it. Bit like Stroud
Hmm.
and his second year as well.
Stroud, yeah.
Anyways, my turn.
Mm-hmm.
Am I allowed to pick Jamar Chase? No, I'm quite joking. Can I pick Keenan Allen? Would
You
be
know what?
my start.
Yeah.
Keenan Allen.
We'll be generous
Chargers
then,
at the
we'll be
Titans. The whole pick on the Titans trend for any fantasy manager. So yeah, I
So
think-
not,
I
not
think-
Quentin Johnson this week.
No, I'm done with him. 0 points last week.
The
So
ghost.
maybe don't trust the Chargers actually, but yeah, they're against a terrible franchise. Definitely the worst in the NFL. And then I am
Change your
going.
shit.
I am going to go. I've got 4 options here. What one do I pick, guys? What one do I pick?
We can't make that call for you.
That's
You gotta make it.
Gotta make it. Where are we?
Preferably before.
I'm going to.
You're picking.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go McMillan for the Panthers as my sit this week. Just that Packers side seems like it's starting to roll now. Both offensively and defensively, and yeah, that Panthers side was brought back down to earth there. So bad side.
Yeah.
Good receiver playing for a bad side.
And it doesn't really
Set
matter.
who's
Who's starting
this
at
week.
quarterback? I suppose Bryce Young might come back, but it doesn't really
If it's
matter.
Andy Dalton, you definitely sit McMillan this week.
No, fair enough. I like it. Don't like it because I have to start him in a league this week. So
Who, McMillan?
Is
Yeah.
Bryce Young back? I'm looking to see if he is, and it doesn't.
I think
it
it's
seems to be day to day.
Yeah, it's day to day. I think it's trending towards playing, but it's it's a toss up.
It seems to be like day to day. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Doubtful. Well, that was 4 days ago.
Let's see.
Tight ends.
So I'm going to jump to my tight ends, and I'm going to go for another one that I was talking about as a streaming option because he's against the Bengals, who just gave up a stack of points. Colston Loveland. He's going to be my start of the week. I just think rookie tight end. He's going to start to take over there. And Dalton Kincaid's my sit. He's against the Chiefs. Chiefs are a really, really tough secondary for tight ends this year. And Kincaid is another one of those ones that blows hot and cold. So I think
Very much so.
if that's what the Chiefs are covering, which is what they seem to be covering at the moment, is that center part of the field, then I would sit Dalton Kincaid.
Fair. I've gone someone maybe a bit risky, but not risky, but I like seeing the consistency. He's getting better week on week. He was a bit shaky at the start. Kyle Pitts. He hasn't had like a massive breakout game. He's been getting like 12 or 13 points. He's just been tiptoeing in what we would say is a
tight end 9 or something like that. So
it's so like he's not
borderline startable.
Yeah, and I'd say now that you're seeing consistency, keep him in your lineup, keep him starting until he might have an off game again and it goes down. But just while it's hot, keep going. And then another one, I know like Lamar Jackson's coming back and likes targeting this guy. And he's had a big game once this year, but ever since then it's been bad. Mark Andrews.
You're going to bench Mark Andrews.
Bench him.
How many times have you benched him this year? Now we should
Not
go
once.
back and reach.
I haven't talked about Mark Andrews once.
Someone else?
I'm pretty sure you benched him like
The
2
week he
weeks
got
ago.
he got 24 points.
Probably
Yeah.
probably that week.
Yeah.
Probably
So-
that
So
week.
expect
on that
20 plus.
logic, pick up Mark Andrews.
Pick up on.
Yeah.
No, because I'm actually toying with the decision or I'm between Kyle Pitts and Mark Andrews in a league, in a dynasty league this week, and I've got Orlando Gadsden in that league. So
I play Gadsden.
I'm in absolute turmoil. I'm actually in a position where I might genuinely start all three because I've got 2 flex spots.
Who else? How bad is your team?
The wide receiver depth is not great.
Okay.
It is not great. So yeah.
Adam, tight ends.
I'm gonna go against you. I'm gonna go Mark Andrews to start.
And-
I know this is a start
Whoa!
option.
There we go.
I was toying between 3 options there. I think I have to
See
go
if I
Mark
can-
Andrews
So
now,
this
just to
is,
make it me against you.
See if
just
I
to
get
see-
these 50-50 calls right against both of you.
Which
I'm
you
gonna be
won't.
Does that make
so,
you fear 1 for 8?
so cocky.
Yeah, there needs to be some battle here, some
Yeah.
dare, something on the line between you three.
You have to give your tight end.
Adam has to accept the next trade I send him.
Whoa!
Is that the same with Nathan? Whenever
Yes.
right,
But
okay.
then you also do the same, no?
No.
Is it not just something as simple as, particularly between you two, like you just swap tops?
Oh.
You have to wear the jet. Oh,
You have to wear a
stuff,
Patriots
Well,
something, and you
yeah.
have to wear Jets.
Thomas did say last week that if Tom Brady came back to play for anybody, you would swap to that team immediately.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
That
yeah.
it's reversible. That's a reversible top for whenever Tom Brady comes to
that he would?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That does sound like Thomas, to be
Adam's
fair.
never changing unless the Patriots, or unless Brady signs for them. And then
Adam
he
would
might-
be. Adam would be
he'd be out of
so.
that building.
Adam would be so happy if the Tom
No, I
Brady.
wouldn't.
You
No,
Really?
You
I'd be
would.
straight away from that franchise.
You would not be. At all.
You might
Could you
might
imagine
support them
all-
begrudgingly for a year now.
No, even if they're winning.
No, I'd stop watching until
Also,
he gets
in
out of
one-
that franchise.
Jets win their Super Bowl with Tom Brady, and Adam's like,
It's the 1 year I decided to not
That's the 1
support
year
them.
I didn't support them.
And Adam doesn't even class it. It never existed. in
Yeah,
Adam.
no,
so,
it's
so,
just
so Adam
like
comes
that,
back and he's like,
yeah.
I can't believe the Jets have never won a Super Bowl. It's like, Adam.
Adam and I did a
No,
bet a
that's-
few years ago,
that's
which was if the Jets make it to the Super Bowl, I'll take him to the Super Bowl.
That's right.
Yeah,
And they started really well that season.
There was a bit of it.
He was like-
And you were like checking
Here's
the
actually
bank account, like,
correct.
I was like, oh
Oh.
shit.
Anyway, my sin is going to be. I'm going to go Hawkinson for
Nice.
the Vikings. That quarterback situation in Minnesota. Who's
Hawkinson.
even playing for them this week?
Who
I-
are they,
like-
who are they against this week?
I did turn around and I was going
The
to say
Vikings
one
are
of my,
playing at the Lions.
I was
Ooh,
toying
I
around
did have
with,
them as a potential.
I was toying around with one of my wide receiver sits and saying, oh, maybe Justin Jefferson because what's happening at quarterback there. But I'm like, you're never going to sit Justin Jefferson.
No,
You're never going to
could
sit
just.
him.
He could just.
You could
Correct.
just
It's
have
the
it.
same
Just
as
don't do it.
Chase,
Like,
isn't it?
okay,
Yeah.
he might have a week where he'd have a bad week, but you're never going to sit him because you'd probably draft
Yeah.
him number 2 overall.
This is true. This is true.
Yeah, I drafted him in a few leagues. He's number 14 wide receiver this year so far. Like for picking him in the first
That's-
round of fantasy.
Considering
pretty
what's
bad.
been going on at quarterback, it's not great. But
No.
considering what's been going on at quarterback, that's not the worst.
He's got 1 touchdown all season.
Yeah.
1.
Well, that's the issue. That's where your problem is. There was a big like picture. I'd be pointing at that. That's the problem. The
Throw
touchdowns.
to him in the end zone. Just
Right.
any quarterback at the Vikings,
Yeah.
just start throwing to him in the end zone.
Yeah, it was like how when Julio Jones played, they just inexplicably forgot about him in the red zone. They're like, oh, Julio Jones, like all the way down to the red zone, and then just like, nah, won't throw it to him.
Just he had
Won't,
three.
won't just throw a fade to him in the end zone.
He
That'd
had
be too easy.
300 receiving yards one game, 1 touchdown.
One touchdown.
Matt Stafford threw
We
5. He was
definitely
just
talked-
throwing to
we
everybody else.
definitely
Matt
talked
Ryan.
about
Yeah.
it.
Or Matt Stafford, Matt
Yeah,
Ryan. Sorry,
you've
you're
got
right.
Stafford on the brain.
Go on,
I have.
Nathan.
He's a start
my
this week.
start for tight end is AJ Barner.
He's your start. Nice one. Nice one. I like it.
Getting against some Commanders. So.
Do you just hate the Commanders?
No, they're just bad against tight ends and quarterbacks. So.
Fair enough.
Also wide receivers. I think they're not great.
And they're potentially bad against running backs as
Yeah.
well.
I think it's pretty split between all. And probably a bit risky sit, but Kelsey
Ooh, interesting.
Ooh.
against the Bills, which are like the second.
Yeah, we haven't
least
touched
points
that game
against
at all.
I
have we?
don't
They're,
know.
they're at home against the Bills, aren't they?
The weird thing about that
Think
game
they're
is
home against
that
the
is, yeah, they're at home.
Bills are at home against the
Bills are
Chiefs.
at home, so it's
Bills are at
So they're at home against the Chiefs.
That is probably going to be a shootout of a game. That's probably going to be like the Bills Ravens at the start of the
Yeah, like
season.
you're
That's
not
gonna be-
going to sit them, but
Depends. Like if Taylor Swift's there, then they have to give him a touchdown. It's like it's in the contract.
Hmm.
So just depends. If she shoots up to the game, then
That's true.
he's,
Might be able to
he's a must start.
Yeah.
His next touchdown, he breaks the franchise record, doesn't he, as well?
For tight ends or
For overall.
receiving in general.
For overall TDs outside of QBs.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. He just tied it there on Monday Night Football. 83.
That is
Nice.
a pretty good.
That
pretty
is
good
pretty
stat.
good going.
Pretty good stat.
well, they're not going to throw to him at all this week. So that's-
Hopefully not, because I don't want them to win.
That is going to be a
Well, I tell you-
shootout end-to-end game.
Tell you what my thought was, and this was like you guys were talking about it earlier about like who do you start, who do you sit, who am I allowed to start, who am I allowed to sit. I'm going to give you free reign. We between us consensus pick the top guy at every position. Right, so just to give you a little taste, last week at quarterback, Jordan Love was the top in standard leagues, 28.3. Jonathan Taylor, 36.4, was the top running back.
Mhm.
Troy Franklin, I think 33.9 or something. That was like the top wide receiver, and then Tucker Kraft, 29.8, was your top tight end. So can we come to a consensus between us?
On who's going to be top for each position.
Who's going to be top for
Oh,
each?
So
position.
pitch, Josh, Patrick Mahomes against the
the Bills.
Patrick Mahomes against the Bills is your
No.
pitch. That's a per pitch. That's gonna
Patrick
be
Mahomes against
He'll be
the
up
Bills.
there, like so.
But
Yeah,
Mahomes,
you could-
Mahomes has been playing really
He's
well.
been
this year.
Yeah,
playing
he's been playing
phenomenal.
really well.
He's got a full healthy roster of wide receivers. The running game isn't great in Kansas, so it's gonna be a throwing game. And like, you know, I think he's going to get. It's going to be passing touchdowns for him. I think he's going to be constantly playing on the bounce.
Hasn't had a receiver go for over 100 yards this season, first of all. Second of all, if the Bills hold...
Travis Kelce got 100 yards last week?
No, he didn't. He got 99.
He got 100?
He got 99.
He's in the stats.
Rice got 93. They haven't had a receiver over 100 yards this season. Another thing, if the Bills control that football, he's on the field less. Timing-wise.
Frantically looking up receiving
Thomas, I'm right. Hope I'm right now.
He did finish on 99. Oh, that's
did he
funny,
finish on
that.
99? He did finish on 99.
Oh,
Wow.
God.
Okay. Also got a reception for 38 yards and all that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
So
I'm going to get against that unless everybody agrees. We'll go majority.
I'm trying to,
Democracy.
But who else is going to get more points than Patrick Mahomes? Then?
I'd say Drake May be up there.
Stafford, no.
I would say Stafford would definitely be up there against the poorest defense. Dak Prescott at
He's
home.
too risky. He threw he didn't do well last week, so he didn't. So he threw a couple.
But the guy at home, he's played at home 3 times this season and haven't failed to score 40 points. Like,
Pat is the number one.
It's got to be a game. It's got to be a game that's going to be a shootout.
Yeah.
It's got to be a game that's going to be a shootout, and potentially.
That's more. If Jackson's fit, then maybe Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, Lamar
But
Jackson.
If he
Lamar
plays,
Jackson against the
So risky though.
so risky.
What was that week? He put up 50 points against the Dolphins.
I would go out there and say that Josh Allen gets more points than Mahomes.
I don't think so. Not with the way. Well, I mean, apart from the stat padding he seems to be doing, but that's fine.
Yeah.
But that all comes in there.
How about Danny Dimes against Pittsburgh? Rushing quarterback, soft defense,
Steelers have been shocking.
good receivers.
I actually can't believe you're saying.
I told you I watched the game this week. I now know who they are. They're 7-1. They're brilliant. They're fantastic.
JT takes too much. I think JT takes too much. Same with Cooks. Cooks is going to take too much.
I don't know.
I think Stafford.
I think Stafford
Against
as
the
well.
Seahawks.
All right, I'll go Stafford.
The consensus is
Stafford.
Stafford.
I think Stafford.
We'll say Stafford.
I get the Mahomes one, to be fair. I would also think Josh Allen would be
Yeah, I think Josh
well.
Allen would be high up there.
But Stafford doesn't have legs.
I did think because when he was playing
He just
half a body.
really.
He's just an arm snap.
Okay. Jordan Love, number 1 quarterback last week in fantasy. How many rushing yards did he have?
How many rushing yards does
No, how many rushing
Stafford
yards did he
have?
have? It's just to prove that you don't have to be
Stafford
a
has
running
minus 2 rushing yards in the season?
No. But how many rushing yards did Jordan Love have last week?
Oh, I hope it's a bajillion.
Can't be.
Minus 1.
He had minus 1 and he was the number 1 QB. So point there.
That's
1-0 to me. Right, okay.
That is fair.
Matt
enough.
Stafford can
That
still
is
be
fair
the number
enough.
1 QB even with minus rushing yards.
Okay,
Is it just because he destroyed
Okay, we'll go
But
Stafford.
he doesn't have legs.
But
all I'm picturing now is
minus
just
2. To be
half a
fair.
body, like.
Oh, to be fair, in our crowd in the Mike League, I have 2 running quarterbacks just because all Matthew talks about is running quarterbacks. Have to be able to run the ball. And they both got over 30 points last week, so yes, fair play.
in fairness, like Drake May is the number 2 quarterback in all of fantasy this year, and he's 50 yards a week. The past few weeks anyway, 62 and 50 the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So he's good. Rushing quarterbacks are
Okay.
good, but
Here we
Stafford.
go.
So running backs.
Here we're going for running back.
backs. Ooh, so this could be an interesting one.
Steelers are actually pretty good against
Bam
run before
night.
anybody
No.
says Jonathan
Bam
Taylor.
night could be.
We're not going
amazing
Bam
pull.
night.
Could be an amazing pull. You know who I quite like.
Bam night could be the
43% the league season.
That streaming option would be
Oh,
unbelievable. So it would, like,
Right, okay.
You know who it could be against quite a bad defense. I know they're getting better, but could we say HM? Because he gets a lot receiving, running. Does a
Yeah,
little bit
yeah,
of
it's
everything.
that could be.
Like he
He'd
could have,
be up there.
he could have a breakout game.
He's the number
Even on-
3, but to me,
Against-
he doesn't typically have.
He doesn't have a massive
a
game.
number 1 game. He hasn't had any number 1 games this year.
Yeah, well, I mean, I like the way we're not saying. I mean, McCaffrey or Taylor. straight away, like,
McCaffrey's
after the
already,
huge
obvious.
weeks.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the Chiefs' defense for James Cook could be a tough one.
Right. Coming into this, like, was he not your pick, Fidel? Playing again, and once again, pick on Tennessee. That's a terrible run defense.
Yeah, and he was the running back 7 last week, but against a tough run defense. So yeah, he could be a good shout. We could go out on a limb with Vidal, or we could go safe.
I'd say let's go out on a limb. Let's just say
Vidal's a great shout.
Vidal.
And Nathan had him as his start, so he's starting to get pretty good at this.
So we could be too wrong if it's not.
Yeah, so
at least we get to blame you.
So instead of going for the mainstays, we're going for our risky starts and sets.
That's basically what's happening here.
So wide receiver then. Here we're looking.
If he's healthy,
Nakua against New Orleans or Smith Njigba.
Jamar Chase in a must-win game. He's going to get targeted like 35 times.
If Lamar Jackson's in, like anybody on the
no,
not even.
No,
not consistent.
Two spread plus he runs the ball a lot himself as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at who's had top finishes. I mean,
Although I have Mark Andrews to start.
Yeah,
Chase is hard to look.
I'd say,
but he's not wide
Chase with Flacco at the moment. The way Flacco's throwing that ball he's just.
I think Jamar Chase.
I'm going to
honestly
Chase.
You think we go Chalk?
I think we're going to Chase. Yeah,
he got 15 targets last week again. Like if two of those go for touchdowns, he's the number 1 wide receiver.
Yeah, I'm happy with that one.
It's out of the likes of like Michael Pittman or something like that, but yeah.
I do like Pittman to be fair. Or maybe playing against a decent Vikings defense, but St. Brown, no.
Vikings kind of.
I'm still going to say I think I'm going to say Chase.
I like Jackson Smith.
And then
so Jamar Chase he's locked in.
Yeah, he's locked in.
And then
I like that you're agreeing with everything I'm saying. This is good.
And then
man, you could go really chalk this week.
And I'm going to go Trey McBride.
Trey McBride.
Do you see play for?
He's the Cardinals playing against the Cowboys.
Yeah,
and he had a couple of really good weeks before the bye right now.
Yeah, okay. I won't even debate that.
No.
It's that or just going Kraft.
Just go Kraft again, yeah. Like
is there against Panthers? Like what's their tight end defense like?
Their pass defense.
The Panthers.
The Panthers
tight ends.
I know they suck.
No, they're not good against tight ends. That's why I'm thinking like Kraft could be our.
Kraft could be the guy. Like he seems to be the guy.
He's Colts tight end.
Warren.
But I like McBride. as like a.
I like McBride
because the Steelers have got destroyed by the tight ends in the last 2 weeks.
If Jordan Love plays the way he did,
Tyler Warren's a good.
Tyler Warren. Well, we didn't take Taylor, so I think go Tyler Warren.
Right. We'll put it to a vote then. If we're breaking it down to McBride or Warren. So you've changed from McBride.
So we're not putting Kraft into it.
No,
we could put Kraft into it. If you're moving away from McBride, we could put.
If Jordan Love plays the way he did in that fourth quarter, Tucker Kraft's going to get 1 of 20 in a row.
I was just saying because the Steelers are awful against tight ends. That's the only reason it was.
True.
Go Warren.
Go Warren. Yeah, go Warren. Or the number 1 offense.
Our dream team, and I will check back in on this next week. It's Stafford, Vidal, Jamar Chase, and Tyler Warren. Pretty good. If you've got the choice of everybody in the league.
It feels nice to be able to pick like some of the top ones. So it doesn't instead of trying to scrounge.
That's a team that somebody could legitimately have because Warren was quite a late draft pick.
Yeah.
Stafford was undrafted in a lot of leagues. Yeah. Kamani Vidal was definitely undrafted.
Yeah, definitely.
And Jamar Chase was obviously the number 1 overall pick. So if you had the number 1 overall pick, you could have this team. I like it. I like this new idea.
Yeah.
Hopefully we're 4 for 4.
I had.
Hopefully.
So I actually.
I'd be really happy if we were 1 for 4.
It is a lot tougher though because you're just going for the top.
We are.
We all know Jonathan
running
Taylor's just going to
so
run in for 3 TDs.
Yeah.
But did you have some?
I actually had a very similar game. We're going to play it next week.
Oh, cool.
And I'm going to get everybody prepped for it.
Okay, sweet.
Cool.
So
random team spinner. You have to pick it similar as we did there. QB. Tight end.
It's a similar.
And we will take the fancy.
and
we will take the fancy points for that week.
Perfect. Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting. Okay.
You're not allowed to have the same team twice, so things like that. And you're not allowed to have the same player as somebody else picks as well.
Okay.
So
that might actually be better than the question time though.
Yeah, we'll give it a go. See how well we do.
So it might be.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I honestly think we might have to forego question time this week
Yeah.
because we are running low on time.
Sounds good.
We are running low on time, but I think if we do game picks and power rankings and just
Yep, sounds good.
Go for it.
work our way through.
Right, game picks. Let's power
Start
through.
with the game picks. So the idea being potentially that we do the consensus vote for the Thursday night game. The Thursday night game is not available for draft.
Mm-hmm.
And we do it as a consensus. So who are we picking? Ravens at Dolphins. Who are we picking?
I want to say Ravens.
Yeah.
If
I want to say
if Lamar Jackson's back.
even
If
with
Lamar-
Snoop. With Snoop
Yeah,
Huntley.
if Lamar Jackson's not back, I think the Dolphins, if they look anything like they did last week, that is going to be a tough one.
But then if they look like the team that got beat 30,
Oh yeah, if they look like if they look like the week from 7 weeks before, then yeah, we're going to be absolutely.
It's
fine.
like something that I have in my head just because the Ravens' schedule is getting a bit softer and they just always make it to the postseason. I've just got it in my head they're going to go on a run of about 6 or 7
Ravens
wins.
it is,
So
yeah.
I'm going Ravens.
Ravens.
In that one. Do you have the?
I've got those.
We don't have the game picks from last week, so we're just going to have to.
We'll just wing it.
I think it was. We definitely got like 4 or 5 wrong.
But we'll,
Because there was some.
Yeah,
like,
there was
not
some-
obvious, but, like,
There was some wild
we'll
results.
review it.
there.
We'll review it anyway
Yeah.
next week. But for draft purposes, what way do we want to do it? What way do we want to arbitrarily?
Nathan and Alf, and then clockwise. Nathan can have first pick, and then I'll have second.
That's a really good. And then Adam gets
last.
Adam
pick.
gets the turn.
Yeah, Adam gets the turn.
And then, right, okay.
I'm in no man's land, and that's fair. We'll give FanDuel the first pick. Who's the consensus number one on
I think
FanDuel
It
there?
probably is going to be the obvious choice.
Still not a sponsor.
Mm.
Isn't that really sad? Still not sponsoring us. We've given them so much business.
The biggest split is the Rams and Saints game.
Yeah.
So Rams.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
Rams.
So the Rams is Nathan at number
Probably
one.
the closest I've ever seen the Chiefs on here.
I'm
yeah.
I'm gonna go for because I want to see them win. I'm gonna go the Pats.
You're going to go the Patriots
Yeah.
against the
Yeah.
Falcons. Fair enough. That would not have been on my radar really early on. Because I am going to who am I gonna pick on this week? I'm gonna go for the Packers. I think they're getting a bit of a head of steam. I'm gonna go the
Yes.
Packers over
They're
the
looking
Panthers. I think that's
probably the next one on this. So it is,
Yeah. that's a solid enough bet there.
I like it.
What is
I don't. I would have liked that one, but
at the turn you've got the old double dip.
old pick on the Titans once again. I'll go Chargers at the Titans,
I did have that lined up.
and I will go
Can he
on
see?
the double dip here. Oh man, that has to be the Lions over the Vikings. Will be next for me.
Ooh. Okay, like it.
Two certs, hopefully.
good split on here as well. So yeah.
Particularly because it leaves my new pet team, potentially the best team in the NFL, maybe ever. We don't know. The Indianapolis Colts against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, having watched
Are
them,
you all right?
having watched them in depth, their offense scoring nearly every drive.
I just can't wait till next week where you got the Colts top one. Like,
Yeah.
I've always supported them.
This is all a
You like
massive
buying one for Christmas?
reverse jinx kind of thing. Trying to Aaron
They're
Rodgers is
so-
going to go off 500 yards. No, the Colts are going to beat the Steelers. I still this is my other thought of the Ravens argument is that I think the Ravens are going to go on a run and the Steelers are going to kind of the wheels are going to come off gradually as the season goes on. I'm going to go the Colts.
I'm gonna go
Nice.
a team that's always jinxed me. I'm gonna bet on the Jags. Jags to beat the Raiders.
Never bet on the Jags.
Never bet on the Jags.
Never.
That's the rules. But the Jags, I don't know. I just
I feel like they've had 2 weeks to prepare.
yeah.
I feel like Trevor Lawrence
That
has been
the-
issued no tomato.
the Raiders are in an absolute despair of misery at the moment.
do you know
They've
what-
got absolutely nothing.
They have scored 26 points in the last 12 quarters of football.
Yeah,
The Las Vegas Raiders.
yeah, that's not great.
I reckon that's quite a good choice, the Jacksonville
Yeah.
Jags.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but the Jags lived to
Lived
go
to
against
surprise,
your
yeah.
expectations.
But then in this match, the Raiders are going to score 26 points in one quarter of football. So
yeah, you
Right,
just
I shall go
Terrible
Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Commanders. It's not actually as big a split as I think. And then my next pick.
man, these games get tricky towards the end. I think there's
I'll
one
go-
left over as well.
I don't like that. I'll go Chiefs. Hasn't been picked out. Has it?
You're going to go
Good
with the Chiefs
Chiefs?
over the Bills.
Interesting.
Whoa.
Good call.
That's what it is on this.
I would have liked that one.
What,
to be fair.
what are they points wise?
Plus 1.5 or like minus 1.5. So it's going to be close.
1.5. So all of these games now are within 1.5. Oh, the rest of the game.
According-
Well,
Cardinals
apart
bookies?
from the Cardinals and Cowboys.
Well, there are no spoilers. No spoilers. That's fast.
Which is who I was going to bet on, and I was going to say Cardinals.
You're going to say the
Oh,
Cardinals.
well,
Oh, no.
you're
So you're going against it.
you're saying
It's the
Cardinals
upset of the week.
over-
Upset of the week.
Huh, I said the wrong thing, but I feel like that's destiny, so I'm going to roll with it.
You're going to go with the
Oh,
Cardinals.
I'm gonna
Upset of the
stick with
week,
it,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
Upset of the week.
It's plus 3 for the Cardinals, so it's against Cowboys.
T10 picks the
Okay.
Cardinals
There we go.
by default.
You know, honestly, it
Is
probably
that-
could
is
have one. Like, it's not,
accidental?
It's not like completely.
Slip of the tongue, but I'm not second
Right,
guessing.
so the
myself.
last two, and then we have a game. We have a game left over. So we're gonna go. Who am I gonna go with? Oh, this is a tough one. I'm gonna go the Niners. I'm gonna pick the Niners over the Giants.
I think the Giants are just going to be depressed now. I don't think they're going to be in the mood to play.
Yeah.
I feel like they feel their season's now over.
It would take a lot to kind of
Yeah.
pull them back up again. like,
They lost neighbors. They lost Scatterboo.
Yeah, just
I mean,
yeah. I feel like the Niners are going to go on a wee run
Yeah.
as well. Now they're getting everybody fit and all this. So they've got
People
Kittle,
coming
they've
back,
got
yeah.
Jennings, they've still
They
got
got Purdy and, yeah,
McCaffrey mysteriously
McCaffrey is-
still fit.
don't know how.
It's
but yeah.
unbelievable.
How's Taylor still fit? You know, these things I just don't understand.
Awesome. Yeah, Adam, the last pick, and then we'll have a wee consensus one at the end.
Is
There's
that-
some
so
tight
it's-
matchups here.
Yeah, the Bears and Bengals and the
And the Broncos
Broncos
and
and
Texans. Bears at the Bengals, Broncos at the Texans. Which game are you gonna risk it on?
I am going to go the Texans over the Broncos.
that is actually what they have.
That is such
I-
an issue when I
Oh,
Yeah,
there-
it's
what-
the Bears.
I
Broncos
just
is
think
like
I
minus
think that
1.5.
defense is
1.5 as
phenomenal,
well.
and the Broncos do make mistakes on offense.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
do.
There's only so many times you can have Herculean comebacks.
Yeah.
So good offense goes up against good defense. Good defense tends to win. I'm going to go Texans in that one.
Okay, fair
But
enough.
two tough matchups.
Fair enough. What about our consensus then on the Bears at the Bengals?
I
Who do we
think
think's gonna take it out?
Cincinnati.
I'd see it. Yeah. I don't know because they just lost to the Jets.
Whoa!
I'm just like,
Excuse me.
I'm just like the Bears are better than the Jets.
But the Bears really
Are we sure
struggled
about that
against
now?
against the Ravens. They really struggled against the Ravens.
Yeah.
Without Lamar Jackson, all this kind of stuff. The Bears, like this is it's the same issue a lot of bad teams have, to be honest. But like the scripted section of
Yeah.
games, they always talk about like the first 10 to 15 plays where Ben Johnson has basically written them on a sheet of paper and handed them to Caleb
Yeah.
Williams, and they practice them all week. Those are great every single week. They're brilliant at the first quarter of games, and then they fall
Then they
off
get-
because Caleb Williams has to start thinking at the line of scrimmage. Trevor Lawrence has the same issue. A lot of quarterbacks in the league have the same issue, where once they have to think for themselves in the second half of games, the wheels fall off, and that seems to happen with the Bears, and
You
I
had me
can't see it
convinced.
happening with Joe Flacco.
You had me convinced. All right, Joe Flacco. All right, yeah, I'll go for it. Yeah.
You
Do
seem
you,
so
do you want
convinced.
to what the says yet? Or
Well, we'll kind of drum up our consensus and then see. So you think Flacco as well?
Yeah,
You think the Bengals?
I
have
said
got it?
earlier. I think Jamar
Who's
Chase
it?
gets like
the Bears are favorite.
He's giving it to the Bears by like a point.
2.5.
2.5.
Yeah.
We'll go against. This is our upset of the week then.
Yeah.
This is our upset of the week. The Cardinals Cowboys are our upset of the week.
The Bengals, to be honest. Like, so if I was
so we would all go Bengals, although you weren't overly.
I'm
enamored.
not convinced. I still think the Bears will.
It'd be
Yeah,
close,
that's-
like, I think.
The Bears at home as well, aren't they?
Bengals at home.
Particularly,
Bengals
we've
at
Bengals
got
at home.
Jamar Chase.
I just think-
Yeah.
all conquering.
I just think
fantasy
that's
superstar of the week.
I
Yeah.
just think that's a must-win game for Cincinnati. I think they go up.
I don't think-
up a lot of points.
I don't think it is.
What
I
record
don't
are the
think it
Bears on? It's a must win for them. Surely
They're
the
4-3, but
The NFC is really competitive.
they're
this year.
playing a division with the Packers at 5-1-1 and
Yeah.
the Lions at 5-2. Like they're not going to win that division. NFC's a lot more competitive than
It is.
the AFC this year as well. So
Yeah, the AFC has a lot of bad divisions. The North, the North and the South. Funny enough.
Gonna have to go even further. I know.
what's next?
Haven't lost that much weight.
What's next?
Rankings.
Can I make a? Oh, my power! I like my power rankings. I like my rules. I like my power rankings. Oh, did you
I
write them
need
out?
that.
No. That's my power rankings. And I've even got my previous ones on the wee arrows.
Or are we
down.
comparing?
Well, this is for you to have as a reference because we did have this as a reference last week.
Nice, right?
I scribbled mine out quickly.
So we're going to see where you put teams and where I put teams. Can I do one bold prediction as well?
Oh,
Yes.
Because Thomas thinks the Cardinals are going to win. I think the Cowboys are going to win by at least 2 scores, which is really interesting because the Cardinals haven't been beat by more than 4 points this season.
Oh yes, the Cardinals have lost a lot of close ones. You think a double-digit win? Well, no, even
A 2+ score win for the Cowboys against the Cardinals this weekend.
so plus 14 points.
14+ points.
Wow, that is bold.
It
That
is bold. It could be reckless, but I think I'm right.
That's a
And,
good
and I
one.
did mention earlier that the Cowboys have played 3 times at home this season, put 40 points on the board twice and 44 on once.
Would be interested in see the odds you would get on that if you bet if you bet on the Cowboys to win by like 17 points or whatever. It would be that'd be interesting.
But yeah, that's my bold prediction of the week. I have a player one as well, but we'll race on.
So wait, what did you say again? Sorry for your.
Bold prediction?
Yeah.
The Cowboys to win by 14 points or more against the
Well,
Cardinals.
go for your player one as well. That was quick. Go for your player one as well.
Got a couple here. CJ Stroud to have more passing yards than Bo Nix.
Start over next in that game.
I think that's bold enough.
It is against the Denver defense.
Jamar Chase might not be so bold, but it's quite a lot of yards here. Jamar Chase to have 150 plus yards and a touchdown.
That would work really well for our starts.
And if Lamar Jackson plays, this is really bold. He'll get 4+ TDs on Thursday Night Football against the Dolphins.
Okay, I like it. I like it.
All the
I'll
bold
be happy with
predictions.
that, like, 'cause I have Jackson.
Especially because he's
Are
a
you
full
playing me this
participant.
week? No, you're not. So that's okay.
That is a point in the league that I say that I'm going to keep Trevor Lawrence benched in. I do have Lamar Jackson as my starting quarterback, so I've got a reason to bench him the rest of the year. But it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
That definitely should have.
Anyway.
No matter what. No matter what.
Anywho, right, okay. So, what way you want to do? Let's just race through, or have a wee natter.
I would go.
We just wing it.
Do either your top 10 or your bottom 10, whichever you feel most confident with.
I'll
first.
just race through the top 10, and if you want to counteract anything I've said, like
You've
look at
you've got my
your
reference.
power rankings are.
I moved the Colts
you don't-
6 spots.
Wait,
Oh my goodness.
Wait, the Colts aren't number 1. Are you?
Where did you move them,
You moved them up
I
6
moved them
spots.
up 6 spots. I had them down at 10. I
Ah.
moved them up.
And it's very interesting because you put them in the same position that I put them as well. But anyway, so number 1, my power rankings are the Chiefs at number 1. Will I say yours at the same time, or do you want to say yours after?
Run through yours.
Number 2, the Lions. Number 3, the Seattle Seahawks. You're shaking your head
That's a bold
already at
one.
that.
That
That
is
is
a bold
bold. It is bold. Number 4 are the Colts. Number 5 are the Eagles. The Bills are 6. Rams are 7. The Packers number 8. The Buccaneers dropping in my power rankings to number 9 from number 5. And then at number 10, sticking there, is the Patriots. Beating a bad side at the weekend. Didn't move them up, but still top 10.
Yeah.
Discuss.
It's
Is it solid, or
It's kind of what we talk about. Well, what I talk about, like not overreacting to certain things. So like the Patriots one, absolutely. just
the
keep them
refs
where they
are the refs are still aiding the Chiefs, so they're still number 1.
I'm sorry, the Patriots won keep them where they just need to be up
They
more.
beat the Browns.
They beat one of the toughest defenses
Who-
in the
like,
league,
who-
and they absolutely smoked them. And they're off a 5-win bounce after beating one of the top teams in the NFL. They go up to number 1. I don't see how there's any arguments about this.
I might have went like, maybe like a space or two.
Yeah, maybe like I could have got on board with like number 9
Yeah, that's
or number 8.
that's
But
absolute madness.
I might have given you
No,
like the Buccaneers dropped 4 for me this week. Their defense kept them in the top 10 there for me. The offensive performance and the injuries they still have put them down. But the defense kept them in the top 10 there for me. But I could,
I didn't overreact to the Buccaneers too much. Like that's kind of where I was, because
It's
they still
fluff
won the
week.
game. They got the job done, and again, they didn't lose. So I find it hard to drop them down. They won by 20 points.
yeah.
Did you see the pick 6 in that game, by the way?
Yes.
Your guy Anthony Nelson, who just
Oh.
caught the ball and bodied Spencer Rattler. He
Yeah.
went
was
flying.
Unbelievable.
That's what somebody had put up. It was like, oh, somebody's mum come pick him up. Like, no. Like, get Spencer Rattler's mum down here.
Rattler was rattled.
Hey, oh my
The
goodness.
reason I kept the Lions at number 2, I find it hard to move a team too much, or if at all, if they haven't been playing that
Yeah,
week.
bye week I tend to keep
so the
pretty
Lions. I
static.
kept, which you have the Lions at number 2 as well.
I kept the Chiefs and Lions.
You have
same.
the Rams 4 spots higher than me.
I do.
It's interesting. Is that
I
because of
do.
what you've seen in Wembley, or
I don't. To be honest, yeah. To be honest, 3's probably a little spicy for the Rams. But the Rams have just been playing well this year. But it's a similar thinking to your Seahawks one, probably just really solid. You know,
Yeah.
win a lot of games.
Where's Seahawks on yours, Matthew?
Seahawks,
number 7?
7. Yeah, so reverse.
It's
Pretty
literal
much,
role
yeah.
reversal. So
Pretty much
I
exact
have the
reverse.
Seahawks at number 3. Matthew has the
I just think the Rams are really
The
good.
Rams
team.
at number 3, and then it's rule reversal. I have the Rams at number 7, the Seahawks at number 7. The Rams actually went up one on my list. Talk about not moving teams.
No,
I moved them up
it's
one
funny
after they weren't playing.
with
but
the Rams and
with the Buccaneers going down.
with the Rams in London, this makes the Jags look even worse, because the Jags were there like all week, like training and getting
They went
ready.
on Saturday.
Like, yeah,
No, they flew in on Saturday. Do you know when they flew out? Immediately after the game. Like
They did not want
they
the
were
game.
in London for the shortest period of time ever. 'Cause
They did
I was
not.
talking to somebody who was like, yeah, I was flying out that night from Stansted, and there were all these like paparazzi there, and the whole Rams team walked in. I
That's
was like,
class.
what the heck?
They did not want to be in London for any longer than they had.
I
They-
to.
wonder if it was like to stop the jet lag thing or something.
They stayed in Baltimore, so they flew across to Baltimore for their game against the Ravens, and then they stayed in Baltimore that week to train there. They trained at a like baseball diamond that week, part of that week, and
That's
then
class.
Saturday fly over to London. Don't even train, just sleep, wake up, smash the Jags,
Yeah,
get on a
absolutely
plane, go
destroyed
home.
like those.
Unbelievable.
Fantastic.
So that's kind of why I just think that the Rams did all that without Nakua as well. It's just
Yeah,
unbelievable.
I just really like the Seahawks though, this season. Like I don't know
It's your
why.
pet team?
There's something about them. There is. There's something about them.
Is it Sam
It's good.
Darnold?
Great defense.
It's Sam Darnold.
It's
I
your,
knew you could do it, Sam.
your little baby boy.
I don't know, just one of the best defenses in the NFL. Great special teams. They look after their quarterback. Yes, they look after little Sam. That's what they do. Explosive plays. Number 1 wide receiver in the NFL this year. All that going for you. Plus, as I said earlier, only team to put more than 20 points on the Texans this season. So that's what sticks them at number 3 for me.
Really.
They go up against one of the toughest
Very
defenses in the NFL, and they can still put up
And
27 points.
you think they're better than the Indianapolis Colts?
I do, yes.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah, see,
Very
this is what I think. Yeah,
Very interesting.
interesting.
You would have had the
Very
Colts at number
interesting.
1, Thomas, wouldn't
They're
you?
7-1.
Look who they played.
It doesn't matter. You play the teams who.
Have you watched a Colts
Matthew-
game this year, Adam?
I
Matthew-
have, Matthew.
Matthew
You hadn't
hadn't-
before last week.
The reason why Matthew hadn't seen them is because he watched Jags games and Red Zone. And Red Zone doesn't show blowout wins, and that's what the
That's
Colts have
exact-
had
that's exactly
the entire thing.
Because I was even watching that Chargers.
It's not like they've
that
just-
Chargers game, and again I watched every snap of that game against the Chargers. But the game was over at halftime because they just went down the field and scored every single drive, and the Chargers didn't score every single drive. And then it got to halftime, and you were like, "This is a massive blowout."
I just love how he's smiling the whole time as well.
I know
Like,
he
he's
really,
starting to
loves
love
these things. Yeah.
Indiana Jones and the Colts role.
Daniel Jones
I
is
can't
making
wait.
so many good decisions.
I can't
so
wait
many
till the
good
end of the
decisions.
season where you're wearing a Seahawks jersey, you're wearing a Colts jersey, and Thomas.
No, I'm going to come in my Indiana Jones hat next week.
Just another couple of quick comments for me. I kind of kept. I moved the Eagles up to they're starting to roll. Last week, Jalen Hurts perfect quarterback rating. This week, Saquon's back. This is all, and they didn't have AJ Brown playing. Even if he was playing, he wouldn't throw to him anyway. But the Eagles just seem to be starting to roll again, and it looked like this last season, and then they ended up winning 17 on the bounce or whatever. The Bills stuck at number 6, didn't do enough there against the Panthers to rise for me. The biggest riser for me into the top 10, and I was really going against them quite a lot because they hadn't shown me enough, but they started to show it there, was the Packers, number 8. 20 passes in a row, Jordan Love there. Aaron Rodgers never done that in his career.
And normally when you talk about 20 passes in a row, it's like dink and dunk, dink and dunk.
No, it was
a couple
everywhere.
of those were like bombs downfield.
They're everywhere.
Unbelievable.
So yeah, they were the biggest riser. They showed enough, so that's why I bumped them right up, even past the Patriots, Thomas.
Crazy. What about
How could they go past number 1?
How can they be higher than number 1?
They went and beat a 4-2 side. You went and beat a 2-5 side.
This is true.
Even whenever the
Rebuttal?
even whenever the
Is it a
Browns,
rebuttal?
even whenever the Browns beat the Dolphins.
Are you going to poo poo? And then he can poo poo your poo poo.
Can only beat the teams in front of you, and we beat.
That's a poo poo.
Yeah,
That's a poo-poo.
And we
got poo-poo.
and we beat the Bills. It's one of our teams that we built. So yeah,
You did, yes.
Yeah.
we're gonna beat.
That's a
them
few
twice.
weeks ago now. You
I
don't
still
live on that
don't
all
think
year.
you still aren't as good as the Bills. You aren't.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we beat the
I-
Chiefs. I mean, are we number 1? No. Of course we're not.
If you had
we
a
took
more-
a dirt nap for 2 weeks.
A more convincing game against the Rams,
So
maybe you would be
like
up there.
honestly,
We
where
were poo-poo.
where would you have the Patriots on the list before we move on?
I'd honestly
I
say,
don't want
honestly,
Patriots number
I'd
1.
honestly say about 7 or 8.
That's fair. That's fair.
7 or
I
8.
can see that.
That's fair. Would you put them ahead of the Bucks?
Yes. After last week,
Would you have them ahead of the Packers? Just look at
I'd say the Packers and
Pretty
Patriots
close.
would
That's
be
probably in around the
really,
level.
yeah, would be.
Would you have
pretty
them ahead of the Seahawks? I have
No.
them number 3 on my list.
good. I wouldn't. No, but I don't think the Seahawks should be.
So maybe you are around number 9, number 8. Okay. That's
Okay.
fine.
What about the bottom 10? What about our thoughts on the
Oh,
bottom
I
10?
can't wait
'Cause
to
it's a big
talk
move.
about the bottom 10.
Big moves in the bottom
Yes.
10.
Hopefully, we won't be in this next week. But
I didn't move them this week, by the way. But I had them second last. You had them dead last.
move them.
No, I kept them. I kept those guys the same.
Oh,
I do think that's slightly. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Go on. Bottom 10. Hit us with it.
do you want me to go from bottom up, or am I going
Yeah,
20,
go-
23 down to the bottom?
Go bottom up.
I did consider putting the Raiders lower than that, but then the Raiders are playing the Jags this week, so
Wait.
I didn't want to give them a jinx boost. But
No,
so
I'll go 23. I'll go 23 down to
Okay.
32, and you end on the the worst team in the NFL. Number 23 is the New York Giants. Went down from 20 to 23 for me.
It's pretty.
Scatterbo going out.
I think
really
you're going to
got
see them.
They,
drop,
they've-
yeah.
Like, potentially the Giants honestly could have been up around 14, 15, 16 if they had held on to that win against the Broncos and still had Scatterbo.
Sorry, that Broncos game.
But they're just such a deflated organisation now. So they'll probably tumble even further. But at 23, yeah. Vikings, I dropped from 21 to 24. I said to these guys earlier, I think they're absolute garbage at the minute with their QB situation. Apologies to any Vikings fans because I actually quite like the Vikings. But just until they figure out what they're doing at QB, that's why I have them bottom 10. Panthers showed their true colours again, back to number 25. They were number 24. I didn't overreact to their 3 wins in a row, so they only ever got up to 24 for me.
I don't know why I have them so high, to be honest. That's a bad one on me.
Where
I think
did
I had
where
them.
did you have number 19? You had them cracking the top
I
20.
think I had them 18 before, because who did they beat last week? Was it the No, it wasn't the Cowboys. Who did they beat?
They went and beat the Jets last week.
No, it was so it was the Cowboys and the
They beat the Cowboys the week
and
before
the
that, and they beat the Dolphins.
Dolphins and the Falcons.
They beat the Falcons, yes, 30-0.
Yeah, I think it was more the 3 wins in a row that kind of just pushed it up because they were 4-3.
The 3 wins in a row were the Dolphins, Cowboys, and Jets.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I didn't overreact at any point. Matthew did overreact to some of
I
these wins.
it's more record wise that I struggle to drop them too far because they've still got 4 wins this year.
Yeah, no, they were 4-3. They had the same record as the Chiefs going into this week.
Yeah,
but I still don't think like they're up close to number 1.
I had them on a. In fairness, I had them on a similar pegging to the Jags, which is where the record.
No,
was.
you are better than that. Give yourselves more credit.
Well, I'm down on the Jags at the moment. You know this. Until we go out and drop a 40 burger on the Raiders and rocket into the top 10.
Cardinals stick at number 26 for me. I actually feel sorry for the Cardinals.
Close,
Mentioned earlier, they haven't lost by more than 4 this season. Lost 5 on the bounce. They did get beat by the Titans, which puts them down in the bottom 10 for me. And will probably keep them there for the rest of the season. The Dolphins rise to 27 for me from 29. I thought that was a very impressive win, but I don't want to overreact too much by putting them outside the top 10. I still think they're a bad side. They'll
Bad side.
still only
beats a
win
bad
4 or
side.
5 wins this season, but like deserve to be bumped up. They bumped themselves up ahead of the Browns. I have the Browns number 28. They're down from 27. They just have no offense. Their defense is brilliant. They only just got 200 plus yards offense against the Dolphins, and they won 31-6. Like they don't know what they're doing at QB. Move of the week in the bottom 10, guys.
My phone's died, but keep going. The audio's still recording. So
Is
cool.
the JETS Jets up from number 32. They finally got a big W on the board.
See, that's why you had them at 32. You shouldn't have had them at 32. But anyway,
So you moved them up.
I moved them up from number 32 to number 29. Yes, I've reacted. Obviously was going to react. You're lucky they're not in the top 10.
I was about to say they should clearly be higher than that in your book.
Oh, you thought I was
But I didn't
guaranteed
move
to put them top 10.
I didn't move them because they won by 1 point against the Bengals in like a crazy game.
39 points, 502 yards of offense.
That is wild.
That is wild, and that deserves a 3-point bump. Easy. We're not in the 30s anymore. We're up into the 20s. We're on the rise. Run the table. Top 10 end of the season. Anyway.
Run on the table.
Run the table. Big W's all around. Anyway. Saints drop from number 28 to number 30 for me. Oh, God, that Saints. I actually had a lot of respect for that Saints side. I think about 2 weeks ago, I had that Saints side about number 25. And just the past 2 weeks, yeah, they've shown their true colours again.
Where do you see Shock? Shock is going to chuck that ball about the place. It'll be
but
chucking and all sorts of.
He's not going to chuck it as good as Breece Hall did at the weekend there. Anyway. Raiders down.
Alvin Kamara passing touchdown.
Oh, Alvin Kamara passing.
Bold prediction of the week.
that is. That happens. I'll leave that happen.
Oh,
the Raiders.
Say goodbye to your hat.
The Raiders I have down from 30 to 31. I know I say I don't like moving franchises on bye weeks, but they're a bad side. They just, as I said earlier,
31.
26 points in 12 quarters of football. It's so depressing. Like the Jets the Jets score more than that. I know we just came off a 39-point game. Yes, thank you. Once again, big W. But they're one of the worst sides in the NFL at the minute. To be fair, maybe between the Saints and the Raiders, maybe you could have the Saints number 31. I think you have the Saints. Where do you have the Saints?
I've got the Saints 29. I've got the Raiders 30. I kept the Raiders.
So you still have
Jets,
you have the Raiders below the Saints. So the only difference we really have is the Jets. You have at 31, and I have at 29.
I'm just keeping the Titans. I've always had the Titans there.
You did
because they're getting blown out every week. They're non-competitive.
I don't think it's even a debate who the worst team in football is now. But number 32 is going to be the Titans.
Although they did just play possibly the best franchise in the NFL last week, so we can't judge them too harshly.
Where does this love come from? I don't get where this love has come from.
He's so deprived of a good franchise.
I'm
This
trying-
is
Trying
what-
to jinx them.
You know, it's even like
Well,
I was told to watch them. I watched them, and it was pretty impressive.
And like I've went through a couple of other power rankings, about 5-6 other websites, and a couple of podcasts. One that deviates like my choice from the rest. So my bold one in the middle seems to be the Cowboys at number 14. Like I had them at number 13 last week. I've not reacted too
Yeah,
much.
I haven't dropped them. No, I've kept them at 16.
I've
them at
kept the
16.
Cowboys in and around there. I think that high-powered offense, like.
But it's more because like nobody behind the Cowboys is really making a
I don't
shout. Where,
think-
like the Texans are now starting to make a shout to move up. The
the
Ravens,
Ravens
have
could
moved
do.
up.
Like
Yeah.
I put the Steelers behind the Cowboys now. I
Yeah.
yeah.
I've held the Steelers. I don't know what to do with the Steelers, and I don't know what to do with the Broncos. The Broncos are a really confusing one because like the Broncos, after putting up what was I combined 77 points over 5 quarters, should be in the top 10. But I have no idea if they're going to do that next week, or if they're going to score like
Where did you put them?
6 points. I've
12?
got them at 11. I've moved them up from 12 to 11, and I moved the Chargers up from 13 to 12, and the Niners dropped to 13.
I didn't react to the Broncos win. I kept them at 11.
You had them at 11, which is probably the correct spot for them at the moment. until
I
we work it
think
out.
honestly between the Patriots and the Broncos, like they're so evenly matched in the power rankings that the Broncos could easily reverse that and be top 10.
Thomas is not over though.
Would you not agree?
No.
No, okay.
I think, I
It
think the
was-
Patriots are more consistent.
It was he the call that
Consistency-
said it.
consistency
Said
is
it best.
key.
Bo Nix is the biggest wild card in the NFL at the moment. You don't know what Bo Nix is going to do on a weekly basis, and he could go out there and throw 4 touchdowns and win you the game, or
Do nothing.
he could do absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
And that's why he's in our starts one week and he's in our sits the next. We don't know what to do with him as fantasy managers. So
Yeah.
how are you going to know what to do with him? And he's up against a tough Texans defense this week.
Yeah. Another couple of honourable mentions on the movement scale here. The Texans I had moving up from 22 to 18. Very impressive win against 49ers.
I probably could have done that. That's
I
where I
think you
should have
could
really
have,
had that. Them switch rude
Yeah.
at the very least.
And I have the Falcons falling from 17 to 21. To be honest, I was going to put the Falcons down a lot lower, but I
Yeah,
thought,
the Falcons are a hard one to
calm
get a gauge
down.
on as well. Yeah, they're a really hard
calm
one to get a
down.
gauge on.
Don't put them below the Jets
What was
quite
it?
yet.
Was it one of the guys in one of our other fantasy
so
leagues that put in that stat?
They're so
Yes,
bad.
yeah. The
the
stat
point
about
differential, yeah.
Atlanta, their point differential by opponent record. So if the opponent has a winning record, like plus 500 record, they're plus 23 point differential.
Mm.
So positive point differential. If the team has a losing record, they're minus 57 point
Crazy.
differential. They got
Which is just wild.
blown out by the Panthers.
Just the
blown
most
out by-
up and down
That
team.
is so.
blown out by the Dolphins.
They average 17 points a game,
So it
which is
doesn't.
the 5th worst in the NFL.
Yeah, crazy.
With the likes of Bijan Robinson
Drake
and
London,
Drake
Kyle
London.
Pitts.
But then they play the Bills,
Yeah.
and how many points did they put on the Bills?
24-14 against
They've got a stack.
against a Super Bowl contender. Yeah.
Did they not score like 20, like all their points in the first half? They just went off.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's gonna be interesting to see what they do against
They're a really tough team
Um,
to find a place for.
It's going to be interesting what they do against the Patriots.
The Commanders I find hard to place.
Where do you have the Commanders? in
I've
yours?
got them sitting 22 at the moment because they're on a bit of a slump, but they're so hard to.
I have them.
This whole middle section from about here to about here could go anywhere.
Yeah.
Literally anywhere from the Bears down to the Commanders
Yeah.
could shift on a weekly basis.
I would even put the Steelers down there as well.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with the Steelers.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that. The middle ground. I was talking to Thomas about this on Sunday though. Like, there's such a gap between like the top tier and the middle and the bottom tier in the middle this year.
Yeah.
Like the bottom is so bad.
Oh yeah, this bottom,
and the
this
top,
bottom
and the top
cluster,
is so good, and the middle just doesn't know where to be.
this bottom cluster from about the Browns down to the Titans is pretty much locked in. That's pretty much a lock.
Well, the Jets they're scrappy. They'll
Guys.
Well, they can potentially get out of there. They're scrapping away. They're fighting.
And then,
Wish you could see the look, Matthew. You just gave me that.
but then the likes of like the top 10 or 11 are pretty well locked as well.
I'd say the
Yeah.
top 11. I'd say from the Broncos up, it's like there is a difference in standard there now,
Yeah.
and that's
because
maybe,
these guys are struggling. These guys are struggling.
actually maybe
these guys are
even
struggling.
actually. Would you say the Niners are outside that now? I still think the Niners.
They
without
can
coaching-
climb. They can climb in. They can climb in.
But it's going to take a few convincing wins for them to get up, and some few surprising losses.
But
as
like
well.
the difference from the Texans to the top 10 and the Texans to the bottom 10, like that's kind of
Yeah,
what
yeah,
you're
that's-
talking about. Like the Texans are far better than the Browns, but they are far worse than the Eagles.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
Absolutely. I'm with you.
So power rankings are tough case,
Mm.
but
I think it's pretty close, like the what
Oh,
it should be like.
Let me see. I want to get something that was like pure disrespect to my lovely Jags. The Jags had a primetime game against the.
where do you
We're
have them?
supposed to have a primetime game against the Eagles in when is that?
Where do you have the
Says they're week 9, but that's the saying Colts Vikings. No, but that must have been last year. But no, the Jags have been flexed out again. The Jags were supposed to play the Eagles in Sunday Night Football at some point this year. We've been flexed out and replaced by the Colts for the second year in a row.
The Colts playing the Eagles.
No, no, they don't just change who we're playing. They don't just like bring in a substitute team. We're outmatched. Bring in Indiana
Shit.
Jones. Indiana, where are you? No. Our game has been replaced as the Sunday Night Football game by the Colts
Who are the
game.
Colts playing?
And I need to work this out. Hold on.
Well, you just said you watched the Colts game this week and really enjoyed it.
Well, yeah, but I'm not up late enough to watch that Sunday Night Football game anyway. So it's a blessing in disguise, really.
Where do you have the Jags in your power rankings? Quite eager to hear.
20.
Oh, flip! I have them at 18. I'm getting them. No, actually, I have them at 17.
But again, as I say, this middle isn't a middle; it's a muddle. Guys, am I
I
right?
like it.
Am I right? It is an absolute like disaster piece in this middle chunk.
I just can't wait to see.
Then everything here is really really nice and easy.
I cannot wait to see the week 18 power rankings whenever the Jets hit the top 10 and make the playoffs.
Jags Texans
never gonna
next week. Alright.
That is one bold prediction.
Yeah.
Patriots Jets on Thursday Night Football in week 11, guys.
Well, that's going to be a shootout, isn't it?
You see how
If
many
that Bengals
places.
team has anything to go against.
You see how many places we rise whenever we win that.
If you beat the Patriots, I will be amazed.
That's not what.
So would I, to be fair.
That's not one team we're talking about.
No one.
We're playing the Colts in week 14. No, wait, it mustn't have been the Eagles game that was flexed out. It was definitely another one. I don't know. But anyway, disaster. We are playing the Jets at some point this year as well. That'll be fun.
Anyway,
Sign off.
I'm signing off.
Signing off. That is us done with our